What started as a phase has become a growing trend. I guess what I can follow is my self-delusion. Cut me a piece, just a piece of that pie. Don't matter what, I am missing the high. Melting me down with that kerosene smile. Was full of hope, now I'm turning senile. Painted pictures, faulty features, contradictions, fools for scriptures. One thing I can tell you is you're heading straight for hell. Compromise your pay for sensing me under your spell. I might just be a freak to the rest of your critique. A lamb behind a wolf, always cautiously and give me a dime, just a time of that bag. Who gives a shit, honey, this is a drag. Melting me down with a kerosene smile. Was full of hope, now I'm turning senile. Painted pictures, faulty fictions, contradictions, fools for scriptures. One thing I can tell you is you're heading straight for hell. Compromise your pay for setting me under your spell. always solve problems, and you just never solve them, cause you always in drama. It's alarming, girl, I just ain't coming.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, today we got ourselves the final 5v5 1v1 duels of patch 10.1, with 10.1.5 arriving in just a couple of days. I was about to say tomorrow, but that's not true, right? Hold on. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, 4 days, dude. It's actually basically here. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. So I'm short for bread, dude. I'm trying to get everything done. I'm running back and forth between the kitchen, trying to grab coffee, trying to get a bunch of stuff done all at once as fast as I can. Also, try not to be late today. Kind of sort of succeeded, but not fully. But here we are. Boys, we got ourselves the final duels of this patch before the next one. Wrong thing I'm moving. Hold on. No, here we go. That was a little weird. Yeah. Groups are hopefully listed over in LFG. If they're not, we'll be listing them in just a second here. Hi, boys, all doing? Welcome back. Hope all of you are having a wonderful, wonderful evening. I want to see all my regular boys in here tonight, dude. I want to see everybody pop in for like their last big huzzah before we get the new update. Also, we got a bunch of stuff. Apparently, Rogues were going to get a big rework, but they didn't. Rogues were going to get a big rework, apparently. We're learning from interviews, but that's been pushed back. And with 10.1.5 releasing Tuesday/Wednesday, they're probably going to have 10.1.5 on the PTR roughly around the same time that's releasing. So it's going to be a lot of things to take a look at all at once. And I'm very excited for it, man. Extremely excited for it. Because if we're going to get a Rogue rework, I want to be the first one there taking a look at it as soon as possible, giving my feedback as early as I can. Because that has been my main for like so long, and for them to get a proper rework, I would love Rogue to feel kind of like a paladin, right? In terms of like the talent rework they gotten, because that was an excellent bit of change. That paladin rework was amazing. Alrighty, first off the bat, EU Duels, boys. Can I join Duels? You guys are more than welcome to. Yeah, if you guys are over on the EU, what's up, Graf? How you doing, man? If you guys are on the EU region, you're more than welcome to join our 5v5 1v1 Duels. Anybody and everybody's welcome. Let me see. Is anybody started a group yet? I guess I'll be able to tell in just a moment here, right? But the groups are listed over in the LFG right now, boys. Let me also find my I keep calling it copy pasta, but it should be like a better word for it, right? Kiosco. Oh, the boy. Oh, I love me some Kiosco, dude. Kiosco and those Grifka, Uve. Yo, let's go. Took me a second with your name just because I'm so out of it, dude. But we got him in here. Yo, what's up, Ashley? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. How do I... Here we go. Yo, I'm trying to like pin the thing in the chat, right? I posted it in the stream to pin it, but at the bottom right of my screen now, there's like a button where I can, I guess, spam emotes. You guys seen that? Is that what that is? I guess so, but like, yeah, I can just sit there and kind of spam them over and 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 over. Hey, I hope you're doing fine. Okay with that, I'm fine. If you, the what? Hold on, Alex. Yeah, hi, my man. Hope you're having a good one. Thrallhall, let's get you in here, my guy. Let's get you in here. So we already got a one group ready. Me and Shem will join. Okay. Hold on. Okay. I will get a second team ready for you too. Give me a second here. All good, my guy. Who's gonna be lead here? Do I make Grifka lead? I could make Grifka lead. What's Grifka's name on WoW, Real ID? Or do I just do Kiosco just because it's easier? I think I'll just do Kiosco because I have you added on Real ID, right? Kiosco, tell me I have you added. Well, you are... What are you again? Because everybody has, you guys are all, I'm so bad with names, right? You guys have one name for real ID, one name for your character, one name in the chat entirely. Top one. Oh, perfect, easy. You're right. Good that I have you. Okay, so group is set. Let me do this. This group is already sit tight, forming second group, and we good to go. Give me 2 minutes. It probably will take 2 minutes. I feel like giving people 5 minutes are like 5 minutes. I could do so much in a 5-minute game. And just shuffle 10 minutes. Oh, really? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm past to lead. Kiosco, I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to delist that group. Just hit it with a delist real quick, and then we should be good. If you guys want to join the second group, by the way, for 5V5 1v1 Duels, it is listed right now. You guys are more than welcome to join it. If you're in a group with Kiosco and Grifka and all of them, stay. You guys are beautiful as you are. Second group is getting formed right now. Once we have 2 groups ready, we'll get the duels up and running. Let me start spamming through my real ideas. Does Amari want to join? He's in the Tharns there already. Arbus? Who is Arbus? I don't remember at all. Warsong Gulch? Netherstorm? Hey, Arbus. He's probably pushing. Hey, Arbus. Want to join some 5V5 1v1 Duels, friend? It's probably, I feel like if he's hanging out in Netherstorm, he's probably doing RBGs. That's what I feel like a lot of people for RBGs do. They'll go to like some obscure TBC or Wrath of Lich King area, right? And they'll just queue from a zone. Like Kreiser does it all the time too. He queues the stuff from Chat Wrath. Just for one reason or another, just hangs out in Chat Wrath while queuing up for stuff. Just like a ritual for some, I guess. Aspect, does he maybe want to join in? Hey, Aspect, why is that a name that I just don't remember at all? Aspect? Is it just everybody coming back for 10.15? And it's just like everybody coming out of the woodworks. I'm like, what are all these names like Arbus and Aspects? I just don't know these guys. You know what I mean? Wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels, friend? Can't have to go in 5 minutes. All good, friend. All good, friend. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Battlelord in the garrison. Let me see. Hey, Battlelord. Lord, wanna join some 5V5 1v1 Duels, friend? Isn't his garrison? So maybe he's queuing for something. Blue Dragon? He's an A, isn't he? Crazy? Yo. Foxy Nelly? Hey, Crazy? Hey, Crazy? Wanna join some 5V5 1v1 Duels tonight, friend? I really should just copy paste it, shouldn't I? Just like, hey, do you want to join Duels? Didn't I already do that though? So I could just like spam it at people. I probably should just copy paste it if I can. Sure. Yo, here we are. All good, friend. So Aspect is a PvE. Let me do this real quick because Aspect is like, I'm PvE only. Set a note. PvE Andy. I'm gonna add a heart just because for some reason Aspect pops on the stream and sees me with that note. I'm gonna add a heart in there just to be like, you know what? He's a homie, but he doesn't really PvP. Nalex, you want to join me? By the way, we got a group right now. One is listed with, well, one is already put together with Kiosco. I drew a blank there for a second. I had to shake it off. So Kiosco got a 5-man. They're ready. I'm forming a second group. I will be good to go. Also, you know what? I usually like this song, but it's not exciting enough for me, man. I just need something to like... I just need something a little more exciting. I just need something a little more exciting. Come on. What is this? Oh, please, come on. Give me something, a beat. Please. Oh, what are these songs, man? Oh. Oh, Ashy. Volkermog? I like it. Hell yeah, that's pretty classic. Is this a good song? I can work with this. Not amazing, but I can work with this. Does DDB want to join in? Hey, DBT, want to join Duels tonight? Want to join 5V5 1v1 Duels tonight? Thanks for the content, man. What's up, Supermassive? Hope you're having a good one. All got third. All right, sounds good, sounds good. Yeah. If you guys want to join in, well, welcome to. Hey Grain, wanna tell Rion, wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels, friend? What's Rahal saying to me? Hear about Rogue rework, what'll it come? We don't know, have to wait for it. Yeah, dude, I would love to check out the Rogue rework whenever they got one up and running. The fact that we got one got me very, very excited. I am happy. DTB Slap want to join in? Let's go. We got ourselves a Paladino in here. What else can I invite in, man? Hordeslay. I kept inviting him every single week, but he just keeps ghosting me, man. He keeps Donawalling me. So I don't know what that's all about. Callum? Maybe? Hey, Callum. Hey, Callum. Want to join some 5V5 1v1 Duels tonight, friend? Oh, Krager. Hey, Krager. Duels tonight? Because we already got a... How do we have 4-man people in here? Oh, wait, yeah, I guess we did have 4 people. All right, cool. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I was just like, look at the number of people here. I was like, I didn't get anybody signed up, but I guess I did invite a couple of people here and there. So this group still needs 2 more. And then we'll be good to go. Once we get 2 more bodies, we are set, boys. You said when is possible? Okay, okay. Cracker says no. I thought for some reason somebody said Cracker will be down this week, but I guess not. Kudako? Ooh, maybe Kudako wanna join in. Hey, Kudako, wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels tonight? I don't remember if Kudako is one of the people that joins Duels in the regular or not. Not tonight, good event. Sorry, all good, friend. All good. Miko, you are in the other team already, yeah? Nazik, I was another guy I keep inviting, but he just keeps donaballing me. Oh, hey Nemi. Hey Nemi. I can't spell your name. Wanna join Duels after that arena? After that arenas? Yeah, I'm great at spelling. What grade say? Probably join later. Okay, okay. Sounds good. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, sounds good, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Proxy, do we invite Proxy here? Hey, oh my god, hey Proxy, dude. I needed a script in order to be able to like hit the guy, pop the script. It'll like use their name, and it'll just like ask him for me because it's just like a quick question that I had to type out. You wanna join Duels tonight, friend? Randall is another one I could probably ask as well. Sorry, G, all good, friend. Hey, Rano. Wanna join some 5V5 Duels? Arena friend? Sentry? Hey. Hi. Duels? I'll ask him hi, Duels, real quickly. Just, I'm not gonna make it super complex. I don't shame him a big lag. All good, friend. All good, friend. All good, all good. Rimaru, is that another guy? Is that a Rimaru joined this server? Maybe? Hold on, let me just ask real quick. Hey, Rimaru, wanna join 5V5 Duels tonight? I'm actually kind of surprised there's this many people online. Normally, I'm like burnt through my list by now, but I'm like actually going through. Like, wow, I actually have a lot of people. Hope you're having a good one, sir. I'm doing pretty good, man. Good 3 people on me. What do you mean you got 3 people? I'll need 2 more spots. Alex, where are these 3 people? What is happening? What is going on here, friend? Sleepy Bear, Shamtard. Hey, Scotty, wanna join Duels tonight? Let's see who wants to join in. Because I know he's in arena right now. Goblin Mage Storm? Hold on. Hey, Storm. Wanna join Duels tonight? Yo, Empyrean Domain? He's already in arena? Hey, Taxi. You know what I am about to ask ya, don't ya? Shatard is in my group? Oh, okay. I wonder if he's in the same arena as Sujira then. Get another guy? Okay. Because I need 2 more bodies and I'll be set. I'm going through all my friends this, man. Everybody. But I hope you guys are all having a good one. Okay, Crazy Cat, hope you're having a good one, my man. What's up? Pop in the chat? Hey, how you doing, my guy? Yo, what you been up to recently? Are you playing that? I see you on your Evoker. Are you gonna be playing that augmentation when that comes out? I'm excited for augmentation, man. I am excited. It has been so fun so far to mess around on PTR, and I think once this thing goes live, I think it's going to be a game changer of a spec because it's a support class primarily, at least in PvE content, is definitely going to feel like a support class. You know what I mean? Rain a bit, mate. Sorry, all good, friend. All good, friend. I tested on PTR. I don't like it. Oh no. Well, hopefully, like once it comes out to live with all the changes, right? I don't know when's the last time we tested on PTR, but maybe give it a go again once it finally comes out, because it's kind of awesome to play. Like in dungeons and in group stuff, I feel like that's where the spec really grows and shines and benefits from. You know what I mean? Just because there's like, there's a lot going on there. Amori, don't mind Amori maybe. Hey Amori, wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels, friend? I played way too much. Dancer and Bard FX. I mean, it kind of burned out support DPS kind of specs. A fair point, because I guess that game had more of that kind of support playstyle, more than anything. I don't know, just I guess like for me, it's just since I play WoW all the time, maybe for me that's why I'm excited, because we get a proper support class that's there with the buffs. I'm hoping to do something like that for Demon Hunter though. I've been talking about it forever now, ever since they announced augmentation. I've been saying this forever, dude. Demon Hunter, third spec, make it a debuff spec. Like Evoker buffs allies. Demon Hunter third spec could debuff the boss to make him take more damage from your party. It'd be fantastic. Honestly. I feel like it could work really well. Did I ask Battlelord already? Let's try it. Wait, hold on. Nemi's just make change a heart. Hold on a second. Change a heart for Nemi. Hold on a second. Maybe. So I'm trying to see if we get you in here. What's up? Nice if you also. Oh, but that's a duel sometimes often throughout. Dude, I wish I could, but I got a level 60 hunter who's got like some Shadowlands quest and gear. I don't think this thing would be able to stand test of time. Plus, I got like maybe like a 167 item little bow. I could join these duels and just like be a training dummy. You know what I mean? I could maybe join another player and just make it a 2v1 or something. But like, it's not really gonna be all that effective, I'm telling you right now. It just is not gonna work as much as I would like to. I would need like a proper character, properly geared, properly everything, and that's just not the case right now on the EU. Rogue is NA, by the way. My Rogue is over on the NA. I can't like copy the Rogue or like just transfer them over to EU or anything, because it's just a different account in another region, and there's just not that functionality whatsoever. I would need to level a whole other character on the EU to be able to like, you know, properly compete and gear and everything. That's effort, man. That's effort and time, and I'm someone who's trying to maintain like multiple alts right now. So it just, I wish I could tell you, yeah, I have the free time. I don't. I got so many characters that I'm trying to get some stuff. I get your 5-man? Wait, you already got a 5-man? I just hit Ronomas, man. I just hit Ronomas to fill my group. Hold on, who else can I invite? I think I asked Proxy, Romaro, Sentry, Scotty. Sentry never responded back to me. Bro, he'd also be dueling us? Yeah, for sure. I'd love to, man. I'd love to. Although I did ask you guys like a while ago, like, what do you prefer? The closing the camera, the floaty camera scene, or like me actually being there? And a lot of you guys at the time said, yeah, we get to see PvP Dal pretty regularly all the time, right? You got clips, you can record yourself, do some solos or whatever. You can make a video out of it, but like, I want to see the boys in here, dude. Want to get the close-up action shots, man. You want to see the good cinematic shots. It's like, do that, and it also make it easier for me to commentate, because whenever I'm dueling, I'm like focused on the duel. I can't really talk about the duel nearly as well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a different situation, you know. I just need Onomas, dude. Who can I invite? Bilbo, maybe? I feel like I kept asking Bilbo for a couple of weeks now, and he just ignores me, which is actually making me feel sad, because I miss that guy. I like hanging out with him. He's the Horde Hunter, or Bilbo Hunter, but he's also a Horde Slayer. There we go. Put the two together. Okay, so you already got a 5 then, Alex? Yeah? You guys got a 5-man ready to go? Because I just need one of Moss, man. I just need one of Moss. Who else could I like? Because if only one more person reached out, like either, because Grain said he'd be down, but later. Is Kreiser on? No. Actually sad, dude. I would love to see my man Chrysler tonight as well. Let's see if I can get a 2-man. I just need like 1, and then this group is set. And Alex is already here, but I feel like if I just set somebody lead for this group, and I just leave them in the LFG queue, right? And the Q and Alex and the Q Kiosk team, I feel like this team would eventually like shuffle out and split into the other 2 groups that are already active and playing. You know what I mean? I feel bad, so I just would want to make a solid team, get him a game, get a couple of teams playing each other, and then eventually just become like only 2 teams like playing and chilling. Maybe Karner? Hey Karner, wanna join some 5V5 1v1 DUELS friend? Go? Yeah, I'm trying to. UV, trying to. I just need Uno Mas, man. Just need Uno Mas. That would be good to go. More pet than bully me? I mean, wait. You want to join in? Wait, yo, I'll let me get Carter since he reached back to me, but I'll get you next time, Jake. How does that sound? Secret weapon? Yo, my guy, I would love to have you in on these. Wait, do we actually have one more spot? Hold on. Raid and Carter, and let me get Carter since I asked him. I asked him before you signed up, so I want to give him a chance. But you know what I mean? We're good otherwise. Okay, so who's gonna be lead? Nemi? Is Nemi in here? I thought Nemi was in this group. Hold on, Nemi, which group are you in? Nemi. Where are you? Nemi's lower Sardi. Nemi, lower Sardi. Chef Boyardee. Where are you? Oh, Fassel. Wait, aren't you in? Oh, yeah, you're in. Okay, for some reason, I don't know why I was looking for someone else besides a Worgen. I don't know what it is, man. I wasn't looking for the name. I was more looking for the icon, like, not a Worgen for some reason. All right, raid lead. Okay, this team is ready. Queuing up now. Cool. Gonna pop out. Where's Apefisker, my man? Where you at? Make me lead if you wanna. Oh, no, you're good. Appreciate you, though. Send message. Just send you a dot. Cool. All right, cool. So we got Alex with a 5-man, Nemi got a 5, Abe got a 5. Beautiful. All right, first game of the night, boys. Potato match. Abe, Fisker, and Nemi, low sardine. The Grand, I guess. We'll start with the Grand because it's a nice little arena. That's like a good middle ground for everybody. There's no specific class that's like, yo, the Grand is my arena. You know what I mean? Like everybody likes it, but there's no like advantages for this one compared to like Blade's Edge. I've been messing around with Scar's Master 1v1 to survival. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join us, man. I'll be down. As soon as there's a spot open, yeah, for sure. I'd love to have you in here. Remember when you would join with Who Killed WoW? That is such a good name. And you popped off too. You didn't do bad at all. Alrighty, let me get ourselves a my mix. And all the good boys. Yo, have some fun tonight. Last Duels of 10-1-5. Whether your class is getting buffed or nerfed in a couple of days. Have some fun tonight, boys, yeah? I'm actually super excited. I'm hoping that they'll be doing some big... I'm excited for Rogue what am I trying to say? Reworks in particular. But that's probably going to be like 10-1-7, if not 10-2. I'm hoping it's a 10-1-7, not 10-2. I'd be really sad otherwise. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Got ourselves first one of the night with Grifka. Oh, we're gonna be first up. Oh no, this is the big boy in here off the bat. They're all in the back. We got ourselves UV. We got ourselves Miko as well as Kiosk in the back as a survival hunter with Grifka skulking around towards. Is it Jayhawk? Jayhawk at least is aware of what Grifka plays like, so might be able to at least do something. It looks like maybe Grifka's lagging a little bit. Does go for a gouge at the Jayhawk with a kidden shot to follow. No blink out of this one. Does have a very short stun though. That's going to be secret technique, but he barely can crack through the barrier of Jayhawk. Doesn't even need that big investor. It's all going to do the trick. It's going to be Jayhawk with a little bit all the time. Arcane Orb almost connecting with Grifka as he dives into a bit of a restyle sap onto Jayhawk, trying to wait out the not secret technique, but the ultra time. The cheap shot is super heavily charged for Jayhawk. That's an opportunity for him to push in. Now that he doesn't have stuns to worry about, he could potentially have someone to work versus Grifka as long as he can catch the stealthy, scaly rogue. as he does go in for a bit of a re-stealth himself. Shadow mode used, Trinket was used. So actually I feel like Jayhawk is in a decent spot as long as he can get a decent setup onto Grifka. He could maybe get himself a one bang go. Cheap shot into an immediate blink, gonna be gouged to follow, just trying to control the fight as much as possible. All the time up. What looks like really early for Jayhawk, so Grifka just trying to see if he can control it. Trinket out of Jayhawk here though. Jayhawk Wizard. That's going to be interesting to see how the Trinket is going to pan out. Mad Eviscerates back-to-back, huge second technique. The guy has to go for an Ice Bug just to go for a bit of a reset. It's like the Rogue doesn't really even need a stun versus Jayhawk. As long as he got them Shadow Steps or maybe even a better Shadow Strike, he might be able to be just fine. As long as he can bypass any kind of CC by Jayhawk, as long as he can avoid those, he's going to be A-okay as Jayhawk does dive into a bit of an invis, trying to see if he can pick up the eyes. Grifka is out in the open. Jayhawk could potentially get him out of stealth. Doesn't quite connect with a barrage or anything. But if he's careful, he does at least have the knowledge of where the Rogue is at. Sap to follow. Probably going to be a cheap shot. Maybe a blink. Most likely a blink. Actually, instead, no. Temporal. Grifka actually delayed any kind of go. He waited for a blink on a cheap shot. Mad Visitors to follow though. Huge damage. Graveheart just trying to see if he can go for a poly. Cloaker shot is by the Rogue. Mad secret technique doesn't even give him a chance, dude. These Eviscerates get their mage so low, and then a big secret technique just absolutely slams right through him. With William gonna be up next. Immediate gouge by Grifka, trying to see if he can bail out of it. That spread gouge, 4 seconds at CC gives him enough time to cover a large distance and go for quite a bit of a CC. William is gonna have to muster everything he's got in terms of his paladin play in order to be able to bypass this Rogue who just got such fatty crits, man. Such big damage. They kept nerfing the damage of secret technique too over and over and over. Honestly, I don't even think that's what you've got to be going after either. Probably want to go take a look at that vanish cooldown reduction from Rogues. Cheap shot to follow, got himself a wall immediately. Grifka not going for secret technique just yet. Yeah, delaying it. Just going for Eviscerates instead. I think just trying to see if he can go for a big secret technique onto William without any kind of I was gonna say, where'd he go for a second? Actually, still sees him. Eyes are available. Does get him with a wake of ashes. Is going to be a stun. Grifka has a trick in case he needs to use it. Does use a trick with advantage. Does have eyes. He does end up cleaving the Rogue, but I don't think it's enough to get him out in the open. Rogue does go in for a Warlock Hellstone. If the Paladin is fast enough, maybe could have gotten a hit onto Grifka, but looks like no cigar. Shadow Blades available for the Rogue in the opener here. Is Grifka playing for the shorter Shadow Blades and Vanishes, by the way? With Thieves Bargain talent? I think it may. Hold on. Once your Shadow Blades falls off and we can see the cooldown, then I'll be able to get a... Yeah, you are? Yes, you are, actually. Yeah. So that's why you kind of pop Shadow Blades open in it early on. Delayed it a little bit to make sure Thieves Bargain is not reducing his damage by 10%. And otherwise, he's doing A-okay. Alright. So for William, he does have everything available here. Blessing of Protection was using as the Rogue. Has himself Bubble, Shield of Vengeance, Wall coming back up. Does go in for a Wake Up Ash to get the Rogue out. Almost like he knew the Rogue was going to hit him with a Sab. He didn't even pick up the Eye either. AoE to get him back into combat. Denying the Sab by the Rogue. Cheap Shot is going to go through him. Does wall this damage as it is a Viscerage coming through. They are going to be doing quite a bit of damage, especially if Griffin using that tier set. Is going to try to go for a smoke bomb, trying to see if he can create line of sight, using Shadow Step to get back in the bomb. Oh, that sap was dirty though. That sap was actually dirty. Diving in, using smoke bomb in order to create himself a space away from the Paladin at all times. That is well done. You can't really get mad at that one, honestly. William doesn't pick up the eyes, and we'll see if Grifka is able to, or Williams rather, is able to bypass Grifka here. Grifka is one of those rogues that does end up sitting in stealth a lot though until every code is available, so it's like definitely going to be a long game when he's around. Cheap shot to follow into secret technique. William does not really have a big defensive for this one. Shield of Innocence, it does jump super low. Stun onto Grifka. Does himself a proper go. He's playing the normal way. He's not playing the big Crusade wings. So I feel like you should be using those basically every time you get a chance to. And Grifka with a quick blind, trying to catch himself a reset. William looking for a bit of a reheal. Does go for the bubble as he gets hit with the Sab. He just want to make sure he's able to at least fully protect himself, recover. But he's not in a great position right now as he's just in the open. No defensives left. Maybe if he has a wall available, maybe then he can make something work. But I feel like at this point, Grifka doesn't really need much. Could go for an interrupt. Kind of giving you an opportunity here. Does go for a step kick. But for William, maybe an opportunity to get a stun. Does go for the Wake of Ashes. Big Eviscerates. Has a wall to protect him. May not be enough though. It's going to go for a blind right after. Big flash of heal for William. 28% dampening. Whatever health he can recover would help him out a ton here. But kind of just waiting until the next stun he could use on Grifka. Has a trinket. Probably not going to send it. William has an opportunity to at least get himself some freebie damage onto the rogue with a lay enhanced in order to stabilize a little bit. Grifka back with yet another interrupt, trying to see if he can get more aggressive here. William, does he have an answer right now? He needed some kind of survivability at the end there. Nothing he can do with Vassal, trying to see if he can go for a bit of a setup versus Grifka. Immediately stuns him with the Axe Toss, sending out the pets, trying to see if he can deny the rogue any kind of proper resets, picking up the eyes and shoot, send the pets at him as soon as possible. Even had the Fellord set up in order to deny Grifka any kind of easier resets behind the pillar. Definitely just send the pet to the guy as soon as you can. Or not? Vassal, did you pick up the eye? He did pick up the eye. Send your pet at the guy. No! No, you can see him. If you target him at the right hand side, it should be like unit frame or whatever for his icon. Oh no, I think he missed his chance. He picked up the eye, but he didn't send the pet in. I'm not really sure. But at least get the pet in combat. Axe does before he can go for a proper opener. Vassal try to go for a Fear Gouge to follow. Grifka is going to have himself proper go versus Vassal. Dark Pact is going to be there at 35% dampening though. The Dark Pact is able to barely stay alive for that secret technique. Grifka with a shot and melt right after, just diving back into a re-stealth looking for a full reset. That's Vassal, it's like an eye. You better send your pet at the guy this time around. You better keep your pet on him at all times. You can target the rogue and you can send your pet at him. It might be worth. There he goes. I was going to say for a second, like, that Wrathguard better be running. That Wrathguard better be at least chasing after the guy, because at least you know where the Wrathguard is going to go. At least you know where the rogue is at, and maybe you can Axe Toss him as he arrives. No. I guess the eyes may have waned off after a while. Unfortunate. For Vassal right now, he does have a wall. He does have Dark Pact coming back up. Tyrant coming back in too. So maybe it's an opportunity for him to make a play. Grifka just making sure to CC the pet. Did you stab the other pet? Gouge it? Could go for an Axe Toss, trinket out of Vassal, Mortal Coil, immediate trinket out of Grifka, burning through his cooldown fairly quickly, no longer has a cloak shadows for the Mortal Coil. So right now, if you go for the Axe Toss, there's nothing Grifka can really do to stop it. Axe Toss, Tyrant, it's going to be Wolves joining back in, got himself the big Obelisk as well, stuns to Grifka, does go for Restealth. Is there any dots on the rogue at all? Looks like he's out of this scot-free. I feel like this is where having a Shadow Flame enchant on your Warlock also would be pretty helpful, as long as your pets can apply that thing. Because having that extra burn as the rogue dives into stealth, denying him that reset might have actually been huge. Sap and Vassal does open up on the pet for just a second. Grifka trying to see if he can maybe find a way through this. It's going to go for that shadowy duel versus Vassal, denying the pet any actions to be able to take against Grifka. Can attack him, but he can't really CC him that easily. Cloak of Shadows is going to be a knockdowns as well as stuns. Mortal Coil sent in. I think Vassal actually was denied the ability to heal with a Mortal Coil. Tyrant is out and play. Grifka has a limited time left. Oh, no way. Oh my goodness. Vassal does turn it around with a Fear onto UV. And UV, I don't think is going to give him any chance whatsoever to recover. At least all you can do is Fear him out. That's about all you can do. Drain life, that's all you got. That's pretty high dampening right there. You're walking into Vassal, get hit with a lasso. I think it's just over, man. Vassal with the lasso, as UV does end up taking him out fairly quickly. My goodness. Man, dude. Rogues, I swear, the Blizzard, I really do think that I'm hoping that at some point they just take a look at it, or even just write a blue post acknowledging the subtlety rogue vanish cooldown reduction thing. Just at least acknowledge that, yes, we are aware of the talent. We do see it. Even if they're like, we're not doing anything about it, at least just acknowledging so they know that they're aware. Because watching rogues using that to get away and go for so many resets, it is just crazy. Gonna be Yuvid trying to see if he can deny Perks any kind of go here, as that is gonna be a full crusade set up by Perks. He might be able to some of the big go. Mad damage onto the Shaman, barely has been able to reach the guy, but anytime he has any kind of globals on him, he's able to puncture through his defenses quite handily. Ghost Rolls to join in, Lasso to stop Perks' ability to keep rolling with that crusade. It looks like the crusade is over for the time being. Come back in 2 minutes before that ability is back up and available. Perks is actually kind of lowish on health himself, having to deal with all these pets and the dot damage, as well as just the lasso, as Yuvi does not really want to fight the guy whatsoever. He does have defensives. If only he had a trinket here. He may need to use every defensive right now, as the Paladin got himself quite a bit of a bite when it comes to damage. Yuvi trying to see if he can maybe turn this around with a wall together with a Guardian. It's gonna get apparently interrupted by Perks for nothing. It's gonna get himself the is that a precognition? I guess it's running precog. I guess technically it would give you a haste buff, wouldn't it? Repent. Berks is gonna get interrupted on it. UV maybe can make a play. Berks might need summon right now. It's gonna be lots of damage. Big bloodlust. The shaman may just take him down right now, knocking the paladin back. Does Berks have anything to live here? He may need like laying hands or something. Anything. Does get slammed down from a distance. That is unfortunate. With Nelly Draka gonna be up next, trying to see if he can find himself an angle versus UV. UV had no help whatsoever. If Nelly just uses the minimum amount of ability, is gonna go for a deep breath. I was gonna say if they use the minimum amount of abilities just to take down UV, then maybe okay. Should be. It's gonna go for Dragon Rage immediately. Full burst available. Trying to see if he can set up a big go versus UV with a beam to follow. Is gonna get interrupted into a totem. Trying to keep him in place. Nelly trying to break out of the totem, but the static totem just keeps him in place. UV trying to go for a bit of a reheal. I think I'm gonna try to use his Rachel too, but I think a dot from the Evocateur set is going to prevent them. Into a bit of a beam for Nelly. Trying to see if he can take down UV. Just needs a little bit more damage as his health is going down quite a bit. Knockback for a second. Does he have the damage? Burrow to follow for UV. Nevi trying to see if they can just end the duel right now. UV does not want to go down without a fight, though does get instant casted at the end. And Nelly, it looks like it's given at least a bit of an opportunity to recover his Thrall Hall. Try to slowly walk at Nelly, give him a chance to at least recover a little bit of health. We are about 11 minutes, 12 minutes into the duel. No! They're making a swap. Apparently Kiosk is going to be up next instead. Just walking in a survival hunter, trying to see if they can tame this dragon. Going to be Nelly getting dotted up with explosive stun to follow. Mad damage all at once. Oh my god. Survival hunters actually got quite a bite to the Dundee. My goodness. So Grip can pick it up too. UV does end up squeaking out too against the Paladin. Well done for him, man. And almost got the Evoker down too. Was actually doing a pretty good job. Let's get us another going here, yeah? Uno más. Yeah, that swap don't come out of left field, man. That survival burst was expected. Survival actually has quite a bit of burst in PvP. You don't see a lot of survivals, but it doesn't mean that they're bad. It's just, I think, for the current meta with how strong casters are and how weak survival hunters are, on average, I'm not saying Kiosk is weak particularly, but hunters in general don't have a lot of survivability. Like PvE, they're notorious in PvE content, like dungeons and raids, but just like falling over within 2 hits. It is insane. Alrighty, Abe, Kiosco, Nalix, or Nemi, let me know if you guys are ready. I need to know who's got a group right now, who's ready to go, who's got a 5-man, because Nalix has been waiting, wants to get himself a game. Survivor has some mean burst in PvE too. Yeah, for PvE for sure. And it's like, if you can transpose the damage into PvP, where a lot of the damage hasn't really got those PvP nerfs or anything, it's actually quite strong. Explosive shot together with all that other stuff. Do we need one must? A couple more bodies. We need at least one more. Okay. Let me ask now. It's a group ready, friend. So Abe is ready. I want to see if Nalix's group is ready. Otherwise, I'll set up this group for maybe. Okay, we need missing one more guy as well. Pass lead plus. At least I'll open the group up in LFG. Nalix is ready in Abe. I do want to get him playing. What I will do, Fassel, is I'll list the group, right? I'll set it up for you. We'll set up the listing. I'll bail while the group is listed. I'll play Abe and Nalix and see how that goes. And then hopefully by then your group is going to be filled with a couple extra bodies, yeah? Whoever's lead, pass me the lead here real quick. Yo, what's up, Ivan? How you doing? Good, my man. How you doing? But yeah, I definitely want to see Abe play some more. I want to give him I want to give Kiosco a chance to like properly play, not just go out at the very end. Because the damage this class got is kind of nutty. It takes a little bit of a setup because there's a bit of delay with that explosive shot, but if you can set it up with a delay and everything, and a stun or whatever you need, you can do a lot of damage. Death Chakram together with explosive, and you need to get a stun there as well. I guess you probably would do like Death Chakram explosive stun maybe would be the go. So it's almost like it's almost like a haymaker, right? You're telling the enemy, hey, I'm about to burst you. I got the debuff. I got the big explosive. Stun comes next. You know, you give them like a second to react. In pure ST, you drop Exlo for the bleed talents, just because it's so much damage with the bleed bomb and setting a serpent. But explosive shot by itself, like even on its own as an ability, it doesn't do that bad of damage. You know what I mean? So you can see why that works in PvP. Pass lead plus. Yo, Fassel, you there, my guy? Pass him lead real quick just so I could open up the group. There we go. Just so I could open up the group into LFG. right? If you guys want to join, the group is listed right now. Fassel is looking for more. Just need a couple more bodies. They need 2 specifically. So if you guys want to join the 5V5 1v1 Duels, 2 spots are up right now. If you guys want in, I'm gonna dip for a second here. Oh good, oh good. We got at least. That didn't take long at all. Okay. Okay, I need to get Nalix team versus Kiyosoku played first. But you guys are up next. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I keep telling them 2 minutes. It's probably lying, honestly. I don't know, 5, 8 minutes? How long will it take? DDB wants to join in now? Wanna go again? Okay. I will let you know. Grain? Go SP? Is that you and SP? That way, bro. Alright. So, I'm gonna do this. Fassel, you're back to being lead. Have fun. You keep me updated what the group is like, yeah? Just keep me up to date. Like, if you guys get spots or if everybody's here. Let the group know that, hey, Dow's gonna, just let them know, like, hey, Dow's gonna get one game done real quick, and then we're gonna do the other, you guys up next. Because I gotta get Alex in here as well. Yeah? What are we gonna do? We do block or hold? Because you guys are like, I don't like Blade's Edge. And I like Blade's Edge, so no invite. I wanna get you in. I wanna get you in. Bryce even whispered me, he's like, I wanna play. Sad face made me sad. Literally made me upset. Let me get the fan rolling and then we'll get more games tonight. I mean, if my man cries and wants to play, dude. Normally I have to beg that man to join in and he graciously accepts it. Now he's like, oh, I want to play, dude. It's just so sad. All these boys a chance tonight, man. I want to give you as many of you boys tonight a chance to play the 5V5 1v1 Duels. Runes, that's a good Runes of Lordaeron, that's a good one. It's a small one, but it'll work. Alrighty, what are we looking at? Twitch. Team Nalix is missing 1 guy, but hopefully they'll be able to pop in just a second. May not even need a 4-man army, might be the play. Can I get in through these? I guess this is a proper wall, isn't it? Grifka is going to be behind that wall. We got a Skiaska. The crazy... What is this spear you got going on? Why is it sheathed like that? I don't understand it. We got a Miko, the Affliction Warlock with his shenanigans. Thrallhall, the Warrior, as well as Juve, the Shaman. Who's going to be first up? Looks like they're still trying to make that decision. You guys are not sending Grifka again, are you? There's no way you guys are going to be sending Grifka yet again. You can't be doing this. We should honestly make rogues do the cleanup duty, right? Grifka, could you be the cleanup duty today? I want to see my man Kiosko. Why would you not let your man Miko get a chance to play? Honestly, we might just have to make a rule. Rogues have to go last. You know what? You have to play with dampening high. Because if you let the rogue go early, it is going to cycle through cooldowns, vanish, reset a, cycle through cooldowns, vanish, reset a spaghetti yet again. Make it really, really easy for them. Cheap shot opener onto Savage. The man is going to have himself a shield advantage really early on since the Rogue opened up with a Shuriken Storm rather than a cheap shot. Searing Glare off that stun. Try to see if he can get himself some big blinds onto Grifka. That Searing is going to end up making the Rogue miss the next of his abilities for the next 4 seconds into a gouge right after as Grifka waited out the debuff. Trying to get himself a reset. Unless the Savage got some kind of a dot onto Grifka, there ain't no way he's getting him out in the open. On the team, we got ourselves Sham, we got ourselves Nalix, we got ourselves Kishok, we got ourselves Fury Flame. I like it, dude. That's a lot of Tauren, actually. Oryx and Tauren, the team. I think that's like the theme of that whole group. But let's take a protection for the Savage off of the blind. Did not feel that blind was enough in order to keep himself alive. Felt like, you know, my health is kind of low. I better rotate summon into this one. Hand of Freedom. Get him some mobility. Kind of camping out the eye if possible. The eye is up. You could pick it up right now. Now would be a good time. Grifka got him some Shadow Blades. He's going to be opening up with some menacing energy there. May want to wall this one right now. That's going to be a lot of damage. Trinket Stun, trying to see if he can just combobulate the Rogue here a little bit. Blades of Justice, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a setup. Saving for Crusade until later, it looks like. As the Rogue goes in for quite a bit of a disarm into a gouge to follow. Savage, I think, wants to have himself a proper go. Does end up using a wall here. Try to see if he commits some damage towards the Rogue. But I think the Rogue is going to be able to have made the escape. Walking by next to the eye, dangerously close. Almost picking it up too. The Savage could also pick up the eye as well. Cheap shot to follow. Does not have an answer here. Maybe a good big go by Rogue. Does go in for a bubble. As soon as he sees the secret technique out of the Rogue, he knows it's going to be danger zone. Got himself a little bit of damage as well, but looks like Grifka should be able to at least back himself out of there in order to give himself a proper reset. Cloak of Shadows as well. Not really sure what he's cloaking specifically. Gouge to follow should give him a bit of a breather, at least gives him the calm point needed into a cheap shot. Dan's got himself a setup. It's going to be a Cold Blood. Not really sure what Cold Blood was used on, but that Eviscerate was enough. Back-to-back evisces is all he really needed. Nalix is going to be up next, trying to see if he can give a proper setup here as well possible. What's up, Indian Run? How you doing, my man? I like your videos. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. So if you had a short or something showing weapon, it's really cool. Really? So it's like that one specific weapon goes in the holstered in the right hand side of the carriage instead of on the back. That's interesting. It's like a staff, I guess, or like a polearm technically. You might need to link me what it is, Abe, or maybe link me in a stupid short. I forgot that guy does actually YouTube shorts. Some people are branching out to try those stuff, YouTube shorts. I mean, that's one way of doing it, man. I know there's been some TikToks for a while. They'll be linked to me in one of my guildies. So it's interesting to see. Now he's gonna hit with a cheap shot opener. It's gonna be Grifka trying to see if he gives him a big go. Secret technique, ripping right through. Alex does go in for the trick at last second. Maybe a little bit too late over trick and trying to go for mad burst under Grifka. It is definitely having some kind of payoff. But as he goes in for a charge, the blind comes through. This is where having a trinket would have been advantageous for you. Unless he can reconnect with Grifka, he does have quite a few bleeds on him. Unless he can reconnect with him again. He might be in a bit of a rust spot, does go for a bit of a defensive stance. At least try to go for a bit of a first aid as well. Grifka is lowish on health. Nalix definitely needs to make a play. Needs to find the guy as soon as possible. The stuns by the Rogue are always going to let him have a proper go. Definitely want to be in defense stance for those. And also, you got to be really careful in terms of health. Gouge does get Grifka out of it fairly quickly. Forcing a trinket out of Grifka. That is going to be a Blaze Storm. Could go for overpowers in order to bypass the evasion. Trying to see if he can catch up here to keep him in place. Maybe Nalix trying to get himself a setup. No stuns for the Rogue for a second. Trying to go for big Warbreaker. War Stop for a second. Is it enough though? Got himself a little bit of a reset. Looks like a vanish out of the Rogue defensive stance. Now he's getting hit with the kidney shot. At least he got himself defense while inside of a stun. Grifka may still be able to overpower him either way though. Cheap shot. Oh, and the Eviscerate just goes right through the guy. That is super unfortunate. Oh my goodness. With Fury Flame gonna be up next, charging out. Wait, what is he going to? Wait a second. He's attacking the pet? Huh? Hold on a second. Fury of Flame is attacking the Triceratops that Kiosk got out in the open. He probably thought it was the Rogue, huh? He probably thought it was the Rogue. Oh my goodness. I think what Kiosk was trying to do is he was going for camo, and then he was going to use his pet in order to sneak around to get a good angle at the arenas. But then the warrior leapt in. He saw something out of stealth, charged to it, trying to burst it. It was just the pet. It wasn't the Rogue. That is unfortunate. This is why I'm usually asking guys to like, hey, can you keep like all your pets next to you and not walk around out the open? Oh my goodness. Charge out of Fury, trying to see if he can catch up to Grifka into a stun to follow. Does himself a good go. War Stump right after him. Disarm to follow as Grifka got himself an opportunity to at least build up some call points and get himself a setup versus the warrior. He is going to go for a quick fear. Charge back into Grifka, trying to see if maybe this bouncy playstyle might be the play. Trinket out of the kidney shot. Griff got himself quite a bit of damage. Cheap shot to follow. Might be enough to break through. Does go for the rage regen last second. Needs to catch up and heal. Oh, but the Rogue pierces right past the armor. Just slicing right through the Tauren warrior with Kiss Shock. Gonna be fourth out of that group. Sunder onto Grifka, trying to see if he can get himself a big go. Grifka does not have an out for this one. Not for a good while. This may be the opportunity for Kiss Shock to make a play. Got himself a slow totem. Maybe you can root Grifka. Got himself all the pets chasing after the Rogue. Maybe the totem will actually... Oh, he does catch Grifka in the slow. Cheap shot to follow. Try to go for a knockback. Doesn't quite go far. The root totem reapplies actually. Can re-root a target after it's already rooted him. Cloak of Shadows by Grifka. Q-Shock needs to find a way to get on top of the Rogue. The burrow is not magic damage. It's all physical. Knocking Grifka up in the air. Does go for a gouge. Does not have an out for this one though. Needs to catch back up. Stun onto Earth Elemental. Needs to find the light side of the Rogue. Is going to hit him with a quick slow. Does himself a good setup. The Rogue could go for a stun up next. Thunder to follow. Does himself big lightning bolt zap. It's going to be cheat death out of the Rogue. Trying to see if he can make an escape. But the Ghost Raptors and the lightning bolt do end up taking him out. Q-Shock had to use quite a lot of tools just to chase after the Rogue and catch him in place. Miko looks like it's going to be up next over for the team one as Keyshot trying to see if he can get himself Ghost Trap was charging in over at the Affliction Warlock, trying to see if he needs to get himself full set of dots with Keyshot and maybe go for a proper Dark Glare. We are kind of high-ish onto dampening. 37% dampening is going to apply quite a bit of healing reduction for the whole entire team. Keyshot has to find a way to fight through this damage. It's going to just be passive damage he's going to deal with. He needs to get himself the healing totem, root onto Miko, at least try to see if he can prevent the Warlock from getting any closer. He does have the Dark Glare he can at least attack to get some Maelstrom off of, but the thing has a lot more health than ever before. So right now, you just got to limit on how much healing you really have. Knockback into Miko, got himself the full Drain Soul, and is doing so much extra damage on Keyshot as the man tried to see if he can get himself out of that situation as soon as possible. Looking for the recovery. I don't know if he'll be able to though. He's trying his hardest to find whatever recovery he can, try to scrape by together of whatever he got. He got a little bit of mana, a little bit of Maelstrom. He got Popsicle Sticks, some Puppy Dog Dreams in this situation. Root onto Miko is the only thing he's really got that's keeping him alive right now. That root is consistent. Keyshot at least got himself line of sight, trying to sit down, get himself a bit of healing, looking for a bit of recovery, sitting down for food or mana or whatever he's got. Miko pushing in, going to be Ghost Trap to join in. Maybe this is where Keyshot goes aggressive. He's trying to see, mostly trying to ping pong Miko back into the room, looking for recovery right now. Still focusing on recovery as much as possible. Intro Mortal Call as Miko does catch him, trinket out of Keyshot, does go for an intro, but missing it. Full fear, stun. Miko is trying to go for a bit of a setup with Shadow Fury. All the damage is available. Keyshot does activate the Guardian Spirits to maybe give himself a little bit more survivability. Knock up into Miko for the second drain, trying to see if he can get interrupted. Wall drain life to fall instead, looking for full restoration, trying to keep himself alive. Malefic Raptors, piercing past Keyshot, got himself a wall as the last bastion of defensive man. Doesn't really have much except for maybe like a grounding totem. And as long, oh, there goes the interrupt, missing in fear to follow into Keyshot. Does have a root totem onto Miko. It is going to try to slow him at least, so if not root him. It's going to go for a bit of a reset behind the pillar. As Keyshot's still alive somehow. He does have dots on him. Melting, trying to sit down for whatever food, mana, whatever he's got going on. Knockback onto Miko. Drain Soul, it takes him out. Just nothing he can do at the end. Just the dots are rotting you up right now. What's up, Revenge? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Welcome back, welcome back. What you been up to, fam? A Shantar going to be up next with a lasso onto Miko. Does go for a stun, but I think Miko interrupted it. Is that what happened? He prevented it somehow. Or stopped it somehow. It's going to put up all the dots onto the Earth Elemental and then swap them over onto Sham. Does go for a trinket out of a Mortal Call. Dark Glare to follow. Sham better have everything available. Miko backing up out of there. All the dots onto Sham. As long as he can just avoid the Shaman, he'll be okay. Sunder trying to go for a big go, but it's just nothing he can do. The Affliction Warlock able to drain these Shamans. Oh my goodness. Just expunged the life out of these guys. After Grifka has had his way over with these warriors, man. My goodness, yo, team one, you guys gotta stop sending Grifka out first, man. These rogues, dude. Let's get us another going here, yeah? Both of the warriors played as well as they could, but man, I feel like if it was any other matchup besides a rogue, I feel like I would have seen those boys really do some work, but that is rough outside of that. Scotty, how do my man? Not today? Okay. I thought Scotty was the one he wanted to play, but I think it was DTB that said he wanted to play. Cool. And if anybody needs a spot, let me know. Also, Nemi. Let's go Emerson Alex. Let me know if team is ready. Let me know how team is doing. We're gonna see with Abe, Nemi, Alex. We're gonna see how all these guys are doing in terms of teams. We're good. Let's go. I'm seeing if Alex is ready because I want to get Nemi versus Alex here. If his team is still looking, we'll get Abe versus Nemi again. Just because I want to give Nemi and Alex a chance to fight each other as well. If they need more bodies, let me know. I can also at least set you up a group and maybe a couple of bodies that want to join in. We can definitely help you out on that front. Been lurking in the streams trying to get back to play my Rogue. Yo, did you hear? Rogue rework coming out sometime after 10.1.5. They couldn't get it in 10.1.5, likely in 10.1.7. Some big Rogue rework. It's been in the works, but also the buff the Rogues that get in 10.1.5 is sizable. It's like outlet should be at least decent. Yeah, actual rework. I mean, our class has not been in a bad spot, but there are some things where it's like, not quite perfect. Definitely could use a refresher, like what Paladins have gotten, because they had an excellent rework, and I'm like, ooh, I want that. Mages also got an excellent rework too, right? Like the reworks are so good. So this one, okay. We'll do this. We'll do Nemi versus Abe again. Never mind, got one. Okay. Nalex and Nemi Los RD 5. We'll do Blade's Edge with Nemi and Nalex. Your team will play next for this one. Just tell your team, Kaska, that your team will get a chance to play after this one. We'll have, since we have 3 teams available, we had a team play the other 2 guys. We'll have those 2 teams that played play each other really quickly just so they get a chance, yeah? We'll do it like that, just so everybody has a chance to play. And then we'll start rotating you guys and cycling guys through one another as well. Because I want to give Evren, the Shadow Priest, and Bon Samdi a chance to play as well. But yeah, I'm excited for the rework. I'm hoping to do something cool with Outlaw. Like the buffs, I'm perfectly fine. I think we need a new mastery. Like, I honestly think they should just change our mastery, and this is my thought process here, Revenge. I'm thinking they should give us a mastery that's simply just like, our mastery buffs our auto attack damage. Boring, I know, but at least consistent. Or maybe like some pistol shot buff, or some strike buff thing. That'd be cool as hell too. Also crit damage, I would like to see some crit damage for Outlaw, because you have so much crit interaction, and would let it scale off of crit. I'll be perfectly okay with us scaling off of crit super well. More crit we have, the more damage you do. Give us that Demon Hunter talent. Switch. Got ourselves team 1 together with Fury Flame. We got Alex on the team. Neff. We got ourselves Shamans. We got Savage. Gonna be first up versus Nelly off the bat. Oh, Nelly. Trying to go over the Disintegrate into Eternity Surge off the bat. Able to bust right through that Shield of Vengeance fairly quickly. But the Dragon is kind of lowish on health. Looking for a bit of recovery. Manian more defenses. Not doing all that good. Trying to go for big mastery. No trick out of this one. I think it's just over. Savage. Oh, does end up slamming through the Dragon. Just all the damage, all ramped up and ready to go. For Nelly, I think the only thing he could have done, maybe, they did have Renewing Blaze to help him reheal a little bit, but I think like a pre-wall or something would have definitely been huge for them. Those did quite a bit of damage up until that point, though. Fast going to be up next versus Savage, trying to see if he can charge out towards the Warlock. Still had Crusade Wings for a little bit longer. Probably should have just kept rolling in with the Crusader Wings, honestly. Stun onto the Savage with full set of pets. Big Tyrant joining in. Mad damage does himself Spell Warden. As long as some of these pets can deal with physical damage, the Savage is protected against Tyrant damage, but the Wrathguard, double Demon Doggers, all that is still able to just keep trucking on and on and on. As Vassal looking for a bit of a reset of his own. Got himself all the pets still surrounding the Savage. Needs to send out Demon Doggers as soon as possible. You need to just keep building yourself resources, letting the army do work. As Savage is just out there dealing with the army. Vassal is fairly healthy right now. Stun to follow as Vassal does dip under the pillar. Does he have himself maybe the Obelisk? Because if you have all these pets and an obby, Savage just has to deal with all that. Look, it's just all that army of demons pressured by itself is actually putting pressure onto the Paladin. Like, Vassal doesn't really even need to be in combat in order to contribute here. Just letting the pets do all the work. Does himself the obby. Savage may want to check it out fairly quickly. He'll go down to join back in. Does a bubble for this one. Perfect opportunity for him to maybe land up to kind of a play. Vassal jumping under the bridge, hoping to maybe go for probably a port. Got himself even more pets. The pets, all the demons do have to find a way downstairs though in order to catch up to Savage. Like the Felguard did not have an angle there, and neither did the Imps until he was able to reposition that way. Blind to follow. Savage looking for a bit of reset. Does himself a lay on hands as the last bastion of defense. That's all he's really got. That's his one plan B. Has himself the Crusade Wings though. So if you can ramp him up fast enough, Crusade Wings could let you win the game right now. Even through Vassal's wall. Vassal does have himself Tyrant. He does have a fellow coming back up very, very soon. He definitely needs to make a play right now. Trying to get a Tyrant. That's going to really allow for a big clash in the middle. Savage got a limited time. He's got left in order to be able to live it. May just want to commit all the damage, all the aggression to Vassal. Otherwise, I don't think he's going to be able to win this one. If he ends up playing it super passively. Trying to see if he can avoid the Tyrant as best as possible. But all these pets are definitely not giving you a break whatsoever. That's going to be a stun to follow. Vassal does have himself a defensive. Savage right now just doesn't really have much left. Was able to live the Tyrant. But does he have himself a kill potential here? Wings are gone. Maybe he can go for last hit. No, wait, actually, no. Lay on Hands doesn't even have Lay on Hands. Never mind. For some reason, I thought he had Lay on Hands still left, but he doesn't. Spell Warden's not coming back up. No, not for quite a bit. Vassal just trying to see if he can chip away the guy. Savage is at least able to live for at least quite a bit here. Stunned. There he goes. At least was able to survive for a good while. With Fury Flame going to be up next. Blasted to Vassal, not giving him much of a chance. The man ports out immediately. Because if you lasted a little bit longer with the guy, if you were just in the arena for too long, it would have just been over. Charge it back in into a what looks like a stun onto Fury Flame. Doesn't have taken off fast enough with an execute at the end there. My goodness, Bonsamdi gonna be up next, trying to see if he can get himself a proper go versus Fury. Did he pick up the eyes? He did pick up the eyes. He knows where the rogue is at. Stun. He's going to be able to go for a trinket into a Stormbolt. Evasion trinket out of the rogue. The Bonsamdi got himself very defense available. Fury is very limited on what he can do in terms of healing. Back it up out of there. Leap it away. Just try to see if he can get away from the rogue as the rogue goes in for a vanish reset. If you get a second wind, you might be okay. Does the rogue have a rupture on you? He might. It looks like he does have some kind of a down on you. Some kind of a rupture or something. If you have a second wind, that would be super helpful right now. I don't know if you do though. Almost whirlwinds the rogue out in the open. Does Zerker rage that sap immediately though? Maybe he has a chance. He does have a defensive, so at least there's that. The rogue no longer has a trinket. Gouge, kidney, could go for defensive. I think he's expecting the secret technique to do a lot of damage. Maybe charge around the corner, try to go for a bleed onto the rogue. I think was able to connect. I think was able to hit him. The Cloak of Shadows, I think, to remove the bleed. Yeah, double lead by Fury Flame. I think he's still got a rupture on him, isn't he? Maybe that's what Bonsamdi is going to do. At least he's going to go for hit and runs, get a couple of Shadow Strikes, a couple of Eviscerates, but he's always going to leave Fury Flame with a long rupture just to make sure there's at least some kind of a damage over time, keeping him away from being able to heal properly. Into almost a Zerker's Rage there. Fusion Shot, I think it's over. Yeah, Bonsamdi with a bleed strat was actually the play. That was exactly how you want to do it. Deny the warrior 80-second wind healing, and he's done. Nalix out in the open. Eyes, I think only one available on the far side of the arena. But the rogue, he's nowhere near it actually. If Nalix just went in for the eyes, Bonsamdi would have actually been a little bit out of position. Sap, maybe random Zerkers. I don't know if you have any AoE you could use in that situation. Get a shot to follow. Does have a trigger for this one. Parry up immediately. Cheap shot right after Bonsamdi. Right now he's in a good spot. Trying to see if he can go for a juke. Does get himself a juke. Does Nalix chase with a leap? He might be able to. He leaps. Gets him back into combat. Could go for a blind. Stun into Bonsamdi. Right now, the only thing Nalix can really hope for is maybe a Blaze Storm into a blind. Maybe the rogue will make the wrong play there. Fear to follow off of that evasion. Doesn't break it out of the fear with his undead racial. So actually the rogue no longer has to trick it either. Stun into Nalix. Full burst. Got himself mad. Eviscerates back to back. I don't think it was a secret technique either. Just summon to Nalix. Does he have anything to follow? He needs someone right now. Stun into the rogue. It's very, very short. Does have a bleed. Maybe someone else will follow up. Trying to at least give the guy fully bled up and everything. Zerkers out of that gouge into a Stormbolt does nothing because the guy is super DR'd at this point, blind as he charges in. And right now, Nalix does not have an answer. I think the only thing he could have done is maybe hope for a Blaze Storm as you pop your burst. I think it was a kidney shot. At least you popped out a defensive stance. Maybe it's enough. It looks like the rogue does not play secret techniques, so Eviscerates are not enough to break past the defenses completely. But it gives Nalix an opportunity to at least have a go. Oh, almost got the rogue cracked down there for a second. That was huge. Almost had him. That was so close, but not quite enough. My goodness, and Neff is going to be up next. Charging out of the rogue, does not want to waste any time, does walk past him with a blade, or glaive rather, as well as an immolation aura. Kidney shot by the rogue. Does the Demon Hunter go for anything? Mad Eviscerates for the rogue. The trinket out of this one. That's going to be a knife and trying to see if he can fly into the air with a raid for above, but being under a bridge does not put him in a great spot whatsoever. Definitely needs some kind of an answer versus Bonsamdi. Does not have a trinket anymore, so he's kind of out of position, out of options. Doesn't at least get the rogue in combat, but if he has a kidney shot, if he has the comp points for it, he might be okay. He had the rogue out in the open for just a second, but didn't capitalize on it. Sees him, kidney shot, I think it's over. I don't know. There's just, unless Bonsamdi just absolutely spending cooldowns, there's nothing that should stop him here. With Sham being the last one left over for the team one. He's got to find a way to fight the Bonsamdi as well as two casters. Essentially what he's got to do is kill Bonsamdi quickly and then play extremely well against the either caster and just trying to make sure none of his kicks get missed. That's about all he's really got in terms of like a chance here. And I don't think Bonsamdi, I mean, if you go pick up the eyes right now and find the rogue before the vanish comes up, maybe you could make a play. Especially since you're playing the Ascendance build. I think honestly you might just have to send, oh! The totem! Wait, the totem actually came into the clutch here. It does get a root onto the rogue. He does try to go for a vanish out step. But at least gives Shamtard an opportunity to like get the rogue out, force a vanish. You won't have to deal with that ever again. If you guys pick up the eyes, you won't have to deal with vanish again. The rogue does not have an out anymore. This could be kind of good. Hold on a second. It's going to be Bonsamdi try to go for a quick gouge on the Sham. Unless the shaman can maybe turn this around right now, has to be very careful. He needs to know the right time to trick it. That is a lot of damage out of this rogue with shadow strikes and eviscerate. Disarm. Sham might just go down. Wait a second. Didn't even matter. It was the Rogues game the entire time. I thought honestly this was gonna be an opportunity for Sham to make a big comeback, but the Rogue just wanted to get himself yet another kill under the belt. That's a 4-0 for that Rogue. No secret technique either. He's an Eviscerate build, which is interesting. It seems that that's the play right now. Shadow Strikes and Eviscerates are enough to do work. Let's get us another going here, boys. Yeah, uno más. That was quick. Oh my god. Ponsoundy, what are you doing? That was insane. Wait, how did it? Okay, hold on. No, 21, 22. Beautiful. Ready? Alright, Nemi's ready. Thrall? That buddy? It's me? Oh yeah, that's you? Let's go. Who was messaging me just now? Was it Kreis? No, it was somebody else. Thrall? Can you take the hunter with? Wait. Yeah, can you invite Moisman from Kazakh? He's a nice BM hunter. Yeah, buddy, can you take the hunter in? If there is a spot open, then I can. Okay, let's get us as Abe versus Nemi then. Since they're both ready. Nalix, let me know if you're ready. Or whenever you are ready, and we'll get you in as well. Abe and Nemi Losardi. You guys asked for Lordaeron, right? Runes or Lordaeron. We'll do Lordaeron just for the sake of Lordaeron. Anyone who doesn't like have an add-on and mix scrolling battle text and messages work for me anymore? Does it not? It's been like a week, next patch day. Yeah, I guess mix just doesn't work whatsoever. When does the Mega Dungeon come out? Yeah, so it comes out literally the same day as the patch. So the new augmentation spec of the Evoker, you won't need to do a quest line for it. There will be a quest line on to explain how the Evokers have unlocked it. But like when you first load into the game, new patch, the dungeon is available day one. I think there's like a short quest line to introduce you to the dungeon. I don't know if you need to do it. I think it just may be available immediately. But also the augmentation evoker spec is going to be available day one. You don't need to do a quest line to unlock it or anything. You're just there. There is a quest line to do as an evoker if you wish to. Probably has some kind of rewards, maybe for like gear or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if it did have some gear rewards. Savage Hand of Freedom for my slow makes hiding. This is, yeah, it really is. It really is rough. Plus, I also get movement speed out of it, like baseline now, or class talents. It's actually kind of nutty. Kind of nutty. Alrighty, switch. I'm gonna get myself a different song here. Is this a good one? What about this one? No, that one was good. That other one was good. Is it gonna be Facile first? It is gonna be Facile. Wait, switch. Have I done that? Thrall Hall immediately Stormbolt charge around the pillar with Facile as he goes in for Mortal Call, immediate trinket out of Thrall. Trying to see if you can get aggressive. You're gonna be knocked down while Facile's hanging out next to the Fel Lord. This is where Thrall trying to see if he can cleave all these pets around, but the Fel Lord getting a couple of good swings in there with the Tyrant join in. This is just the entire demonic army. Thrall trying to see if he can just fight it head on first. It's gonna be quick fear on all of these pets. Tyrant running out into a wrong direction, trying to see if he can get a cast off, but Thrall so far has been able to live a lot of these. Try to be careful with that Fel Lord. May just want to get in there. It's going to be a Sporklow shield protecting him as his health does dip dangerously low, but it doesn't last long enough. Double doggers on you with a Fel Lord and Frail Guard, double imps in there as well. Thrall may just be going down to these pets alone. Does not really have much answer to work with here. That pet, he can at least maybe heal off of it a little by little. Try to see if he could get back next to Facile into a Stormbolt to follow. Maybe big damage, big avatar, stunned for the last second. Mortal Coil is going to send him out in the other direction with the fear. But Facile somehow, the fear just puts Thrall right behind any of these tombstones. That makes it pretty easy for him to navigate away from Warlock and at least deny any kind of casting. But Thrall is a no help whatsoever. I think Facile just needs a global or two. One last hit by the Wrathguard to take down this Furious Warrior who thought he could fight the might of the Burning Legion incarnate. But it was just rough. Kiosk going to be up next. Death Shock him sent in. Big explosive one to Facile into a stun. Ooh, big kill shot at the end. The Warlock was kind of limping after fighting the Warrior. See, he wasn't walking in there fully healthy, but it wasn't like in a bad spot either. Going to be Evren. Is this Talrion? I don't know by chance. The Warrior Talrion. Kiosk with a coordinated assault wants to go for big damage as Everett got himself big burst. Mind games. Big hit onto Kiosk with an ascent. Void Torrent to fall. It does go for the interrupt. Kiosk got himself defenses into a bit of a self-heal silence onto Everett just to give him a little bit more survivability. The tentacles do swap over towards the pet of Kiosk instead of the hunter itself. which is kind of helpful. At least you're not taking damage directly for a little bit here. Everyone trying to get some dots up on the kiosk, trying to go for a bit of a channel. That's going to be a death shot come onto everyone. Does he have a big explosive shot to follow? Next skill shot can be really deadly. Does go for the fear. Is it going to be a trinket for fear for everyone? Needs one more global to kiosk. Void Torrent, Turtle Shell, not enough. Oh my goodness, that Void Torrent setup. Once that the Void has been attached to you and it's coursing right through you, there's nothing you can do to survive it. Everyone versus Grifka though. Shadow Priest versus Rogue. I think normally this one goes towards Rogues almost every single time. Everyone does go in for a full disperse immediately. He does have fairly short cooldowns on his CDs. If he can start rotating them early to protect himself from the Rogue's damage, he'll be in a great spot. Was able to get a Rogue's blind fairly early on here too. All you need is a good go. Make sure you can survive the strongest goes by Grifka, and you'll mostly be fine. Everyone may want to be looking for their eyes though. One is up, second is up. If you can get yourself a good angle, maybe somehow juke the Rogue out, maybe you'll be okay. Before even you pick up the eye though, Grifka wants to make sure he's got you in his sights. Cheap shot in the opener. Try to see if he can go for a couple of eviscerates. Maybe secret technique. That's going to do quite a bit of damage. Everyone should have himself Aegis hopefully back up by now. It's going to be a siphon for a second. Is going to channel out a Grifka for a moment into a stun. Does not really have a proper go. Fear to follow. Does miss a kick. Going to be some flashes for Evan. Can't really stop this right now. Evan does get himself quite a bit of recovery. Try to go for a bit of damage of his own. Does he have any damage? Got himself Vampiric Embrace. Also Power Word Life if he's ever low. Needs Power Word Life right now. Gosh, last second. Does he have a stun? Power Word Life to give himself a bit more healing. Aegis maybe. Is that enough? Aegis. Oh, Aegis not enough. Aegis does get to proc out there when it was needed, but it was just not enough versus a Rogue who got himself a nice bit of setup with a couple of juicy eviscerates. With Jayhawk gonna be up next. Griff can just go in for a full reset. I guess he got dots on him. Jayhawk is at least giving you an honor duel, man. He's letting you get yourself a full reset. He's not chasing after you. You don't have to be hugging the corners that closely, honestly. I don't even know if Jayhawk should have let him reset though. I feel like last time Jayhawk and Grifka played each other, it definitely went into the Rogue's favor. So maybe that's when you should have maybe just ran out of the guy, at least kept him out of stealth, you know what I mean? Use that little advantage in order to at least get yourself a square win, but it wouldn't have been a fair win, really. Would have been really an honorable win or anything. Jayhawk is going to be out in the open. Cheap shot, going to have a blink. Grifka is ready for a gouge to follow. He wants to establish full control over Jayhawk as best as possible into a cheap shot right after. Secret technique to follow. It's going to be a knockback by Jayhawk at the very least into a bit of a interrupt miss by Grifka, but it doesn't even matter because he got plenty of damage versus Jayhawk. Trying to go for a couple of barrages and maybe land a poly. Smoke bomb to follow, give himself a line of sight. Arcane Orb should keep him in combat. Does have himself a shadow step into a shadow strike right after him. Right? Or shadow mode? That might have been a shadow mode shadow strike then. Into an ice block. The eviscerates, man. The eviscerates. Man, this lag. Is it lag in the arena? Oh no. Hopefully most of you guys are not lagging in this arena right now. Or not too badly. But yeah. Gonna be a sap onto Jayhawk. Gouge to follow. Blind right after. He's just trying to control him as best as possible. Trinket out of Jayhawk may be a bold move here. Secret technique to follow from Grifka. Off of that cheap shot. Knockback by the mage. Does he finally have himself a proper go versus Rogue? Finally got himself at least a polymorph. Maybe this way he can make some kind of a go. Rogue has a cloak. He has a vanish. He has everything available. But he does go in for a vanish. Last second, no cloak for a moment. Maybe potential opportunity for Jayhawk to at least make a play. Does go for a cloak towards the end of the touch of the Magi. That's going to be Jayhawk at no help whatsoever. The Grifka just kind of messing with the guy, saving the cloak until way later. With Bonsandi going to be up next. Rogue versus Rogue. Is he going to give him the honor duel? Looks like he wants to give him as much of an honor duel as possible. Grifka, you have a Daimyo over on your team. You guys could pick up food, right? Potentially? Could grab food. And let's reset. It looks like he's getting a proper honor duel. If he's got food, or no food, or maybe now he's got food. Okay. I mean, he could go back, or just open up in a Bonsandi. Maybe he's letting you get the opener. Because Grifka does not have a trinket, so for Bonsandi, like ideally, he wins this duel. In ideal situation, he does win this duel, unless Grifka does have himself the biggest go possible before Bonsandi can even answer. Actually go! Which is exactly what happened! Oh my god, dude! My goodness! He even gave him the proper honor duel, man. He was like, alright, I'll let you reset, I'll let you do your thing, I'll even let you get the opener. You know, he doesn't have a trinket, so maybe I might have a chance here, and maybe he did have a chance, but I don't know, man. That was rough. Rogues, man, am I right? Sappa to Nelly. Trying to see. Nelly does not have a trinket, so I think it just may be like a double back for that, yeah? Second, we're gonna get to see Deja Vu opener. Oh my god, yeah. Oh no. 4. Wow, that is a lot. That is a lot, man. Why do you even have these rogues in arenas, dude? Should we ban rogues again, chat? Chat, do we ban rogues or just maybe have them go last or something? Like, we gotta figure something out here, man. These guys are out of control. They really are out of control. What do we do, chat? Do we ban rogues? Do we just let him play? Because in the past we banned rogues before because, like, man, these guys are rough. All right. You know what I mean? I just don't know how many classes can count. The rogue doesn't really have a counter right now, does it? Like, it kind of used to have at least Death Knights to counter way back in the day, or like Palace. That would just one-shot them. But ever since the Vanish cooldown reduction thing, I don't know. Let's go before ban him. Let's go. Okay. Arms kills rogue. Yes, arms I think can kill a rogue, but it is more of an even match. It's not a hard counter though, Grain. At least from my experience, I don't think it's a hard counter. Maybe like in a solo queue, like a 3v3 arena, it's a bit different. But in like a duel situation, right? There are definitely some classes that hard counter the other. Like a mage versus a paladin. That's a rough one. A mage versus a warrior, like a good one, that's a hard one as well. Set up a final 5v5 rogues on the ban him. Okay, one more and we'll ban rogues. Fair enough. Fair enough. Team ready? Because Nalix might be ready. In duel, it's 60-40. You think so? Okay, so Grain feels like in a duel, in a 1v1, Arms is more likely to win versus Rogue. Nemi is also ready. We'll get Nemi versus Nalix here if we can. Usually Hunter does well into Rogue, but I haven't fought one in a while. Yeah, they're rough, man. They are spooky. They are just scary. I think it's just the Vanish thing that they do. At least, okay, so I guess it's a question of like, I think both opinions can be true, right? Like Rogue does not have a counter, but also Rogue does have a counter. I think in a 1v1 scenario, there's very little things that counter Rogue. But in like a team setting, there are some classes that can counter Rogue because you have a healer that can heal you, you have another class that can support you, you have another class that can stop the Rogue's go, but in a 1v1, you don't really have that support. It's just you versus that class. Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's definitely worth a discussion. I think it's a really nice discussion. Nalix is ready. Let's get Nalix and we'll get Nemi plus RD. What are we gonna do? We do Dalaran sewers? We'll do Dalaran sewers. And we'll get, is there a spot? I could peep. Check after this. 1 minute, please. Cool. I'll give you a second here. I'm gonna head to bed, tired. I get tired, plus I got to work tomorrow. All good, crazy. Take your search popping in, fam. Always happy to have you. Hopefully we'll see you more for the next duels, yeah? Demon has a chance? Technically, yeah, I do agree. In the past, Demonology has been able to just to send all your pets over at the, send all of your pets over at the Rogue, and just let the Wrathguard kill him very, very slowly. But I think they've been really going after the Wrathguard and the Demonology Warlock damage in PvP, and it's just been a little bit on the decline since then. It's technically one of the better specs for PvP right now, but I guess in a 1v1 scenario, that pet no longer is enough just to 1v1 a Rogue. You used to be able to just send a Wrathguard behind the pillar with the Rogue, and the Rogue would eventually die, forcing the Rogue to like go again. Okay, can't do Dalaran Sewer since that didn't work out. We'll do Hook Point, I guess, yeah? We'll do Hook Point. Hunter does stuns pretty badly. Yeah, Hunters, Monks, Rogues, in fact, too, also die in the stun. There's a lot of classes that do, but yeah, with the Rogues, it's just rough, man. It's just rough. It's just the Vanish cooldown reduction thing is what gives them like a lot of survivability. Remember Outlaw Rogues back in, if you played in Shadowlands, back in the day where you had that crazy survivability? Yeah, it was rough. Nemi, do you have an LFG on or something? LFG on, like, trying to fix it. Hold on a second. Try to fix it, boys. Because Nemi said it needed one. I think it's because Nelly had to go. We swapped out. Maybe Nelly was with Abe. We had it removed it. Okay. Let me try not hook point. Let's do, if we can do hook point, let's do tigers. Because I basically got to cycle through arenas. Until it works. We got hook point, we got Tiger's Peak. None of them are working. Huh. Yo, Dal, it's been a while, gone for a while. What's up, Regret? How you doing, man? Hopefully you won't have any regrets coming back here. How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What you been up to? Excited for 10.15? I'm trying to get this going. I don't know, actually, Nemi. It's summons happen, and I'm trying to queue for different arenas, and none of them are popping up at all. I can try down sewers again. I'm just gotta. So what I need to do is I need to queue you guys in a new arena in order to get things to work. But something isn't working properly at all. What I could do is maybe send Abe versus Nalex. Because you got you guys queued for hook point, Tiger's Peak, and sewers. We're in a three. We are in 3 queues. Let me relog. Oh, the 3 queues are fine. It's not popping up any single one of them, which is weird. But yeah, I guess we could try it. I'm in teams and shuffle. Oh, okay, that would do it. It's not you, Nemi. It's Nalex. His teammate is in the shuffle. Is that why? That would do it. That would do it. All right, it's not you, man. So let's do this. We'll swap it out to Abe and Nemi. Those are the 5. We'll queue Nemi and Abe again for a shuffle, or for an arena. We've only been 3 battles at once. Okay. We'll try queuing Nemi and Abe. I left all of mine. That should do it, right? Hopefully. Because for Alex it wouldn't work because one of his guys was in a solo shuffle game. Have been not much. I haven't even been playing WoW just to get back into it. I've been focused on school and work, but yeah, hella excited for 10.15. Let's go. And it looks like in 10.17 or a patch afterwards, we may be getting rogue rework, or at least we know when it's coming. I'm just kind of hoping it's in 10.15, not in like a 10.2 or anything. But yeah, a rogue rework on the horizon. Very excited for it. Also, we got Diablo Season 20th. We got, besides WoW, there's also, I mean, 10.15 is going to be a lot of fun. But there's also Baldur's Gate, and then we got Starfield. We got like, it's going to be quite a summer into the fall with a ton of games, dude. It's going to be really, really good. My Hunter's now simming 162k. I think I saw you sim earlier. That is nuts. Are the other guys fine? Yeah, I don't know. Tigers? Let me see if I can get Abe's team in again. Yeah, for some reason it's just not working at all, Nemi. Second? Were you guys in LOG? Because that's what I thought it was. Because it's usually what the case is. If you guys are still listed in LOG, then it usually won't let us. Give him a second. Trying to get these games going, but for some reason it bugged out. I was trying to queue Nalex versus Nemi, but it looks like one of the guys over in Team Nalex is in a shuffle. They just took a shuffle queue. And I'm trying to see if I can get Nemi versus A, but it's still not working. Hello, how are you? What's up? Enjoy me, Grip TV. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. You're doing good, my guy. But yeah, yo, Jake, I do gotta sim my rogue. I'm kind of waiting until 10.15 to do my sims after they decouple us from the Onyx Analet and the Aeronaugering. Like, how's my class gonna play afterwards? I'm kind of hoping to get a fatty ring from a dungeon this week. That or a that from my vault. That should hopefully work. What's happening? Miss a guy? Okay. If you pass me lead, then I can list you guys. Cool. Okay, so I guess we gotta relist it. We gotta get the boys in. So we're looking for Unomas, by the way. What's my man Kreiser? Hey, hey. Grain also. I need to tell Grain too. William wants to join in as well. Grain and Kreiser both also wanted in. Here we go. Chrysler as before Grain, so I'm gonna get Chrysler in, and then I need to get Talrion in as well. Because he also wants to play. He also wants to play. What the hell? Are we in raid group? Okay, we're in. Calvin? There we go. Yo, William, we'll be able to get you back in, my man. We don't have enough spots right now. But we'll get you in as soon as possible, yeah? Okay, cool. We're set. Hopefully this will work now. Abe, Nemi, I think we're good. Yeah, here we go. Bro, как относишься к России? Я родился в России. Я родился в Екатеринбурге. И на этом канале мне все могут проходить и смотреть дуэли, все могут отвлекаться здесь. Знаешь, потому что я не понимаю, что происходит там с Россией и Украиной, но есть еще люди в России, у которых есть своя жизнь, и они, я не знаю, как сказать по-русски, что страны делают, это иногда не рефлект, что люди думают, что люди говорят. Люди хотят играть игры, и мы здесь для игр. I don't know. Probably the worst way to put it in Russian. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can. Probably didn't explain it right, but that's okay. I'll correct the record if I need to. Did I save that one? I don't remember. We'll just run it. Twitch. Oh my goodness, dude. Yet again? Team 1. You guys are gonna have to shackle Goku, put him in the back of the line, man. This guy's been able to play a ton tonight. Sapator Fassel. Gouger to the main path, got himself Dark Fact. I don't even know if it'll be enough. Fassel did end up having himself a kill versus Grifka. It's just the rogues have been an absolute menace this week against all of the competitors. Grifka taking a bit of damage in the opening here. They got himself evasion. Trying to see if he can outrun the pets. Gonna be a Shadow Meld as the Tyrant is about to come out. Fassel actually delays the Tyrant for a little bit later. But Grifka does get himself yet another one of those roguey escapes. Evasion Shadow Blades have been used, but it won't be waiting long before all those things are back up and running. Do you speak German? I wish. I don't know any German whatsoever. Make sure rogues don't have a hidden buff roll. Dude, I don't know what you guys are doing. I feel like you guys are giving him the better rolls, or you're just like, yeah, you could go first. That's what I'm starting to feel. I'm starting to feel maybe some sus going on here. This guy's got to play a lot. Wall by Fassel as Griffin trying to go back in there with a bit of a what's it called? The Shadowy Duel. Mordecai sent in. That's going to be a full Tyrant, but the rogue got himself yet another advantage. At least one of his million escapes is whittled away. If Vassal just needs to do that at least 100,000 more times, and the rogues are out. Can you imagine? As a rogue man, I'm complaining about rogue escapes, but it's like, it's crazy how many escapes a subtlety rogue has in particular. Especially if the Nido between Shadow Meld, Vanish, and cooldown reduction, you'll get 2 vanishes for price of 1. So it's kind of crazy. Sap to Fassel got himself pets. At the very least, he can go for the Axe Stars Grifka. Does himself a proper go versus Fassel. Dark back to the ready. No longer has a wall, so actually Fassel is kind of spent versus his rogue. He's trying to see if he can find it. Even Dark back barely does anything. Does get himself a quick cast. Grifka wasn't able to interrupt it properly. And Fassel had no help whatsoever, and that just goes down to an eviscerate, just slamming him down, not giving him even a chance. Calvin joining back in. Calvin, which is Chrysler, on an alt, and this guy's playing Demonology. Hold on a second. What kind of a timeline is this? Calvin is not a Destro Warlock? Oh, this is a cursed timeline. I don't like this anymore. I usually used to Chrysler being the Destro Maniac, but I guess Destro compared to Demo is a little bit stronger in PvP right now, isn't it? This is going to be the pet. Blasted out Grifka. Actually might have to deal with the pet here for a second as a Vile Fiend joins around the corner, hissing at the guy. Calvin trying to see if he can reposition Mordecai sent him. That's going to be Grifka. Actually able to get himself a nice little line of sight. Second pet joins in with a Felguard. Has himself a second advantage. Shadow Meld back up and running into a stone to Calvin. Does at least have a defensive, but he doesn't really have a way to stop the rogue for a second here. A second secret technique. Ooh, doesn't quite get that proper interrupt for Calvin. I was expecting for him to go for a big go off of that precognition, but it wasn't able to do it. Wait, the Tyrant! Hold on a second. The dumbest pet in the Warlock repertoire is actually kind of a smart guy. He knows exactly where the rogue is at. He might not be able to attack him, but he knows exactly where he's at. That is so weird. I wonder if Chrysler was looking at where his tyrant was going, like he would have put it two and two together, like he's going somewhere. He's going places. He's going exactly where the rogue is at. Axels before Grifka can get himself a proper go into Calvin. Mordecai sent in to counter the kidney shot. But I think Grifka is not to be deterred into a board by Calvin out in the open. At least if anything, Chrysler can put a pets onto Grifka and just kind of run away in the other direction. Is going to try to go for a bit of a vile fin gouge. Instead, Grifka does see himself a proper go. At least got a dot onto Calvin. Got himself a second pet. Joined in with the third set of pets. Stun. Wait. Taking him out right here. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. Grifka, does he have dots? I don't know if he has dots or not. Looks like he's clean. No, some kind of a dot is on him. As long as you can get him back in combat. Into a shadowy duel. Wall for Calvin. Try to see if he can tank this up. The pets may just be able to take down Grifka's secret technique into a blind right after. Does get himself a little bit of a heal. I think maybe a Warlock helps him from Mikol too, which is quite unfortunate. Axe toss. Then it's going to be the pets trying to swing around the corner. Board by Calvin. Mordecai sent in. Grifka has himself a trinket. At least the main pets are attacking him as well as one of the imps. If you just get the Wrathguard to do enough damage, you might be okay, but an evasion just for the Wrathguard has himself a vanish in case he needs to. Does he just go for a vanish? He may just want to. Honestly, gives us a cooldown reduction here. Evasion to follow. Sipping up, vanish, sipping up maybe. Potentially does go in for a vanish after he has himself a bit of a go versus Calvin. No dots on the Grifka. And for Calvin, at least he has the eyes coming back up little by little. Sipping up by the rogue. My goodness, honestly, I'm so used to Demonology versus Rogue. Like, Demo usually just dominates rogues like this. But man, that survivability with them vanishes is just nutty. Stun onto Grifka. Full pets are up with the Wobbles to follow. Does get himself a board, just letting the pets kite after Grifka. You gotta make sure you gotta get that curse of exhaustion on him to make it harder for him to escape. Tyrant joined in as well into his shadow meld. The Tyrant at least knows exactly where you're at. The Tyrant knows exactly where you are, sending the pets in the direction. Wait a second, he's actually sending the pets in with him. Stun? No, doesn't quite connect, but the pets were next to him for just a second. Almost like they knew. They were anticipating where he's gonna go. Oh my god. I was thinking maybe if Calvin were to move his Wrathguard over there and just have a Fellstorm, he'd get the rogue out in the open. And honestly, that is the weirdest use of your Tyrant, using it just to snuff the rogue out. Oh my goodness. Sap does have the pet next to him. Axos immediately. The Sap is going to be there full, and it's going to be probably full stun. Dufka, cheap shot. Maybe shadowy duel? No. Just going to go for a proper go. Secret technique burning right through that. Dark back so quickly. The second pet joins in, but I think the rogue is able to deny it with a Cloak of Shadows. And they actually get Calvin with no help whatsoever. Trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability. Blind onto the Warlock. Got himself double Felguard chasing after him, but I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. Vanish to follow. Man, he's got himself defense for days here. Evasion available, trinket back up, got himself dances and everything available. Secret technique of shadowy duel immediately in the opener. I think Calvin got nothing left. I think Crazy goes down maybe, yeah. Oh, trinkets out of it, taking him out. My goodness. Oh my man, this is rough. Bonsomdi gonna be up next, swapping out to Assassination versus Grifka instead, actually. As he's trying to get himself a proper go. Evasion up for Grifka. Kidney shot onto the rogue as Bonsomdi trying to see if he can maybe turn this around. Grifka instead goes in for a kidney shot of his own. Off of that evasion. Does Bonsomdi have enough here to... Because he just needs to get some dots on the Grifka and then he should be able to take him out. Just barely any health left. He doesn't have cheap death or nothing. Dance, cheap shot. I think the dots are going to do him in. Bonsomdi does end up trinketing there at the end. I don't really know if he needed to. But yeah, that's rough. Kiosco up next, trying to see if he can himself proper go. Rushes the Bonsomdi? I can't even talk anymore. 7 minutes into the duel. Dampener's got a high, so for Kiosco, maybe he can go for like Bird's Ghost here, but it's gonna be rough. It is an Assassin's Rogue. Still holding on to a death mark, so if Kiosco has himself the Mending Bandages, he might be okay for it. Got himself a freezing trap for Bonsomdi. He doesn't want to walk over it as best as he can. He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. He more or less knew that it was there. Medic bandages for just a second. Got himself explosive. Stun. Death shock him. Yep, big damage, but only for Kiosco. Massive setup versus Bonsomdi. Could have himself a proper go. That's going to be a rogue. Still has a death mark. Death shock him on him, doing some damage to him. Still putting him out in the open. Harpoon right after. Does have kill shot. Got himself Hunter's mark. Pet should be on him. At least keep him in combat. And I think Bonsomdi should be able to go for a proper kidney shot after this one. Kiosco needs to go for Medic bandages as soon as possible. Definitely needs to remove the dots as soon as he can. Medic bandages. Death mark removed. Bonsomdi had no help whatsoever. Ready to go for a big eviscerate. Next, if he moves anyway, he's gonna get stunned. There goes a grenade. Kill shot. Oh, taking him out. It's just a lot of explosive damage all at once. with Jayhawk gonna be up next. We're on team 2, trying to see if we can catch up to Kioska, looking for a big arcane surge, but Kioska trying to find himself some cover, goes in for a bit of a re-stealth as Jayhawk trying to get him out in the open, but Kioska have already fled the scene of the crime. At this point for Jayhawk, it might be more advantageous to just pick up eyes to get Kioska out in the open before Kioska's cooldowns start coming back up. But actually, look at Kioska, he didn't use a lot of defenses versus the rogue, he had just to hold them until a little bit later. My goodness. Even Crysis wasn't enough, Jesus? That's what I'm saying. Like at this point, like this is Crysis bad we're talking about, right? This is the boy in plain demonology, which is supposedly the better spec for PvP right now. And even then, like a rogue is just ridiculously strong, you know? This is why I'm like, man, maybe we should, because before we ban rogues for like at least a night, maybe we should do that tonight as well, just so everybody else has the chance to play. Again, it just does not feel like there's a lot of counters. Big Death Shock him onto Jayhawk, got himself a little bit of temporal mad damage from a distance as Kioska just trying to see if he can range the guy from afar. Jayhawk lagging a little bit, but looks of it does end up going for Invis for a moment. Flare down for Kioska, trying to see if he can catch up to Jayhawk. Did he hit Ev by chance? I might have actually just hit Ev there for a second. Trying to go for an interrupt? No, Ice Block instead. My goodness. Kioska, I think, should be able to finish it off. If he goes really, really careful here, he may have cooldowns even going into Evren? Evren. I think it's Evren. Evren? Is that H at the end or K? I can't even tell. Gonna be explosive shot. Maybe enough damage here. Grenades to follow. Big setup. No, it will explosive shot now. Boom. Oh, kill shot to follow. There it goes. My goodness. I guess I got my spell effects wrong. For some reason I thought that was explosive, but no, it was a chimeric poison instead. Stun onto Av before he can get himself a proper go. This is going to be Death Shock come onto Evren. Does go in for a stun next to Kioska. Big Dark Ascension. Freezing Trap immediately off that fear. It's going to be a trick out of the Shadow Priest. Either way, though, Kioska got himself survival of the fittest, or at least the, the fortitude of the bear to give himself a little bit more health. Trying to see if he can dip around the corners with them grenades and kill shots versus Evren as best as he can. As the man tried to charge out towards Kioska, can he get a good angle? Does get a root onto the pet, but if he goes anywhere, if he walks anywhere, he is going to get stunned up. He's got a limit to where he can go. Does get hit with an interrupt. Trying to walk away, is going to be stunned right after. Kioska charging back in there for a bit of a flanking strike, but backs out in order to make sure there's no dots on him. If you can play around the dots of Evren, just go in for hitting once, go in, do as much damage, back up, and just go in for, you know, just reset before any dots attack him. He's in a great spot. Since Evren does not play the Shadow Crash ability, does go for an interrupt. Evren might be in a bad spot. Big kill shots to follow. He's going to be silenced right after, trying to see if he can stay on him as best as possible. This is where Kioska with the Death Shock him may just have him right now stunned right after into explosive shot. Oh, what did we needed? But he had the explosive shot ready to go in case he needed a little bit extra oomph afterwards, with Kioska taking back 3 over for his team after Grifka has just absolutely terrorized the entire enemy team with the Morlocks, man. My goodness. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? Uno mas. Nalix, Nemi, and Abe, let me know how you guys are doing. Also, what are we doing with Rogue Chat? Did we just, like, ban him? Did we make him, like, go last? Like, what do we do? Chat, what do we do, man? Do we ban Rogues? Do we make him go last? Like, what do we do here? Is the real chess match of 1v1 and Rogue? I don't even know if it's really much of a chess match. The thing is with Rogues, though, like, Grifka in particular, he likes to play Rogue in a very, very classic way. Team died, all good, all good. We'll get you guys some more bodies that can maybe funnel into Nemi as well as Abe. All good, all good. Those homies can just join Nemi or Abe or something. Wait, didn't Nemi say, yeah, he's, I think Nemi's out, isn't he? 3v5. Okay, Chrysio's lead. Invite. So Chrysio's lead of that team for now. I'm gonna join up and open up the group. Team Nalix, they're all left. It's all good. If they want to join this group, they can. All good, friend. Pass me. There we go. Beautiful. Just gonna keep going. They're doing RBGs. All right, sounds good to me. Whatever they want to do. We got spots open, by the way. Grain, where are you? Calrion, my man. There he is. There he is. I was about to message you. We also had a William. Yeah, William. We got the boys. We got them homies, boys. It's all good. It's all good. I guess we're just gonna play with this. Maybe Calrion can counter these rogues. He feels pretty confident about it. Well, we'll see. My man. Okay, cool. We are ready Calvin, I'll make a lead. I don't know if you're gonna be playing Demo or Destro or whatever tonight, but we'll see. Let me listen to a hook point, I guess. Oh wait, wrong one. Predator hook. Here we go. We'll do hook point. We got ourselves Dalaran Silvers to still do, and we'll maybe go back and double back into like some Black Holds and Blades Edges or whatever. Ban sub, you think so? Maybe, dude. It's just there's some rogues that play sub rogue. Like there's nothing that can stop a rogue from sitting in stealth the whole time and waiting for cooldowns. And Grifka is one of those careful rogues. He is the kind of guy that will wait until every city is back up before he has a go. He will not play risky whatsoever. Right? And when a rogue does that, plays super safe like this, there's really no reason for them to lose. Then we have Errorless. Errorless is a whole nother rogue that's like, caution to the wind. I'm in stealth for 2 seconds. Alright, Shadow Strike back in. He doesn't care. Those guys, they don't always live forever, but they'll get like crazy cool flashy kills. But the game's still going, and they don't like hold up into high dampening. Errorless definitely does a ton of damage. He definitely can play super slow. He just does not really have that patience in a 5v5 arena. Plus, it's not like a real arena match anyways. It's a different kind of mentality. When you have a lot of rogues that are like super stealthy, slow and steady, the games are so long, you know what I mean? Switch. Okay, no. Grifka, we can't have you going first. We cannot have you go first. Grifka, no. No. We can't have you go first. No. You've gone first every single time. There's no way you're getting that good of rolls in the groups to go first every single time. I'm thinking something sus right now. This is gonna be William trying to go for a stun back-to-back couch follow. Grifka just absolutely goes in, rips the guy to 40%, 60% of it is just gone. He's just rolling so well. I don't believe it, dude. He got some roguey cheated dice here, man. He got a weighted dice on, dude. Come on, man. He's gotta have some kind of a cheatsy doodle dice in here, dude. These are rogues. I don't believe him. Not for a second. Trust me, I'm one of them. I'm playing one. That's the only reason why I don't believe him. Gonna be getting his shot as Grifka just ripping past him. The man is gonna have to get an answer stun. What kind of wings is he playing into? He plays into the normal wings. Definitely want to send them as soon as possible. Big damage out onto Grifka. Evasion to follow. William may be in a bit of trouble. Might be an immunity situation. Oh! Didn't even get a chance. I was gonna say maybe an immunity situation, but didn't even get a chance to try. Didn't get a chance for a blessing of protection, bubble, nothing. He thought maybe it'll be okay, and then all of a sudden Rogue goes in, big eviscerate to follow. Grifka definitely gotta be playing the Fort tier set. You don't have a lot of crit chance, but even this eviscerate's crit, they do like what, 40% more damage in PvE, so 20% more damage in PvP? It is just crazy, man. I swear rogues have a hidden buff for rerolls. They do, it's called loaded dice. You press a drone rush before you roll, and then you roll and you get some really cheesy dice. Probably goes into Outlaw, pops loaded dice, swap back to Subtlety, does his rerolls in the arena, gets a really good roll. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. That's some Outlaw Rogue rolls right here. This is some God rolls right there. Sap to Evan, who isn't playing Shadow Crash, which may make it harder for him to fight the Rogue, but maybe can somehow turn this around. Dark Ascension, trying to go for a big go, dots on the Rogue. As long as he can have himself a proper stun, anything, trying to see if he can get a juke out of the Rogue, potentially. Got to be a cloak shadows for Grifka really early on. Got himself Shadow Blades and everything ready. Evan definitely needs to get back over there. He is hit with a shiv though, as Grifka decided, you know what, I'm gonna go in. As he's dipping out, shiving the guy. PI available for Evan as well as Ascension, but it's all gone now. As Grifka just auto-attacking him through the wall, not letting him attack whatsoever. That's another thing rogues do, man. That's another thing rogues do. They can literally hit you through a wall, which constantly applies crippling poison over and over and over. And you're basically just permanently slowed, and they can just run around the corner the entire time. Especially so when a rogue plays like super safe with vanishes, waiting for every single cooldown to come back before they open it back up. That's why I'm like, it's really difficult to fight against a rogue like that. You know what I mean? It's just rough. It's just rough. So for Evren, he's gonna definitely have himself quite a match here versus Grifka. Definitely needs to find a way to get around him. That auto attack through the wall, not gonna feel great whatsoever. So Evren definitely is gonna have to change up his strategy. He definitely needs to utilize the CC he's got together with the fear, together with a stun, and maybe even the eyes, the sight, in order to be able to get the rogue out in the open. Sap to follow as Grifka Got himself Shadow Blades, wants to have himself a proper go. Evan no longer has himself dispersed. He got himself Human Racial, won't be able to use it for a while. Mad damage onto the Shadow Blades. All he can do is just hold on and oh my god. He's literally all he's got is faith. All he can do is just hope that faith keeps him alive. At that point, you got the disperse nothing. You don't have a Human Racial for a good bit because of Trinket dodged the Human Racial. You just gotta wait and then just hope for the best. Even the Aegis couldn't save you. As Grifka does have a touch of magic on him, able to catch himself a proper reset. With Jayhawk trying to get himself a bit of a decent setup behind the pillar. That's so bad. Dude, honestly, it just feels like there's nothing you can do. Once you get no disperse, no trinket, that's it. It's over. It's rough. It is definitely rough. Cheap shot to follow. Gonna be a blink. Grifka is ready for that one immediately. As it's gonna be a full root out of Jayhawk. Poly out for the mage. The trinkets out of the blind. Grifka is still holding on to a trinket, vanish, and a cloak. So he's got himself plenty of escapes. Jayhawk is gonna have to get himself the biggest burst out of here. And then the biggest surprising go versus Grifka if he wants to have a chance here. If he have himself, does he have the Nether Tempest on him? Because if you got the Nether Tempest dot, at least you can keep the rogue kind of sort of in combat for a bit here. Stun. Looks like Jayhawk does not have a way out. It's gonna have to be an ice block, no blink, no nothing. That is unfortunate. The man is definitely gonna be a little bit behind here. I mean, yeah, no, good save. Yeah, it's a good save, but I don't know if this guy got much left in him though. I like how I'm commentating this duels, and I got a little supporting character over here to help me commentate as well. This guy right here, the announcer. As Jayhawk doesn't get hit with a cheap shot. Grifka is ready. He just goes for cheap shot just to bait out a blink, and then hits him with a gouge just to control them. Usually then kidney shot or maybe another cheap shot right after with dance, just anything to help him. Jayhawk at least has a bit of that cooldown reduction with that shifting power, so maybe they can give you defenses, offenses back. But definitely have to go in the offensive with the rogue at some point. You definitely have to get yourself a clean go, clean breath poly, and then go in the offensive with him. Does get him out in combat before he can go for a proper sap. Blink to get, or breath together with poly. Does force a trick out of the rogue. Blink to follow. Has himself the ult time, so you should be a-okay. As long as you're careful and don't get interrupted on the wrong spell, you might be alright. Does get a Nova onto Grifka. Arcade Surge to follow, trying to see if he can get himself a go, but his Shadow Melt gets him out in the open with a Restyle Shadow Strike right after. Knockback by Jayhawk with missiles to follow. And Grifka just trying to see if he can get himself a better angle versus Jayhawk. Just hide behind the pillar for a moment. Catch himself another Restyle behind the into the shadows. And then I guess go one with the damage afterwards. As Jayhawk getting hit with a cheap shot, blink yet again, kid his shot to catch him. Doesn't have all the time this time around. Does he have? He has massive viz. Ooh, I was gonna say maybe he could use that to escape, but does end up going down either way though. Who's gonna be the one to take down this rogue man? It's down to my man Kreiser over on a demo or Talrion, the arms warrior. Talrion did say that arms counter subtlety, so we'll see how well arms can counter subtlety rogue. Position himself away from any pillars. There is a little bit of a wall to the right, but I think he just wants to make sure there's no outs for this rogue. If he goes to open up, there's nowhere for him to go. He needs to run to the wall. It's going to be a little bit hard for him to get over there quickly. Any of the big pillars out in the middle, not going to be able to reach him easily. There is eyes right next to Talrion too, so you can always pick him up when he needs to. And Grifka, like I told you, he's just one of those rogues who's willing to wait as long as it takes until, I guess, maybe Trinket and Shadow Meld. Even Kiosk is like, yo, come on, guy. Come on. This is too much. You just throw a flare at him like, come on, get him out of here. Cheap shot opener. Grifka trying to go for a proper go into Talrion. She's taking a lot of hits in the opener. Does himself a good go. He can't even counteract because right now Grifka just goes in for a full reset. Talrion does go in for a bit of a reheal. I think a Warlock Hellstone was used in case Grifka comes back out, but he did put a bleed onto Talrion to make sure that second wind cannot let him heal up to full. So for Talrion, maybe the strategy won't work. Picking up the eyes, at least you'll be able to find the rogue. Stormbolt does go in for a Shadow Step. It breaks to break the rogue's armor. Let's see himself a proper go. Blaze Step to follow. Rogue is in with a Cloak of Shadows, able to at least dodge some of the attacks from Talrion. A big bleed to follow. Post Cloak, I think the bleed does stick either way though. Does drop in a banner in case there's a stun, and there was a stun on Grifka. Tried to deny it as best as possible. Grifka goes in to kill the banner. Blind to follow Talrion. No more trinket available. Breaks out of it somehow. I don't even know what breaks him out of that. I have no idea what broke him out of that just now. But evasion out for Grifka. Can't really bypass it unless you, besides with overpowered sphere onto Grifka to follow. Does he have a stun? Stormbolt, charge, Blaze Storm. Grifka goes in for a trinket. Does he have an out? Wait a second, Talrion is still on him. Bleed is up into Grifka. Does he have a way to reconnect? He does have a parry. As long as Grifka does not go for a kidney shot, he might be okay. Try to catch up to the rogue. Does he have a bleed on him? Still has a bleed. He still has a bleed on the rogue. But can he catch him? He needs a catch right now. The rogue is just so close, but no. So close, but so far. Just on the other side of the pillar, running away. Dalaran, I think, is going to maybe have to reposition, looking for the other set of eyes. Grifka, not willing to engage right now. He has himself a vanish, as well as a cheap death, but doesn't really have a big defensive just yet. Cheap shot on Detel, does have a defensive stance. Going to have to take a lot of damage here in the opener, but just enough to live. Into a Stormbolt, no outs for Grifka. Tell does have himself the defensive cloak, Spore Cloak activate. Full parry up. Grifka looking for a reset. Tell must have gotten a bleed on the guy, right? He does end up throwing a weapon at him. Maybe charge around the corner. Leap in. Charge to follow. Blaze Storm. No way to stop him. She not to follow right after. Oh, I think Grifka realized what happened. And Tell does end up taking him out. My goodness. He did say that he is his class is a hard counter for sub rogues, and I think he was right. Look at this warrior go. At this point, I don't even know, like, even if he loses his next match, like, he's already did the God's work here, man. He took down the rogue menace. My God, man, I'm a rogue main. Why am I smiling at a warrior blasting the rogue to smithereens? I should be upset. But man, I watch a lot of these duels, and I see a lot of classes play, and it's like, man, rogue really does have it good, man. They've been eating good for maybe a little too long. Oh, man. Thrall as a Fury warrior is going to be up next. Fury versus Arms right now. That's actually a nice chess match here. Arms and Fury. It's a chess match because Dalaran got anti-healing abilities and lots of bleed damage that goes right through Thrall Hall. He has healing in order to help him sustain. So actually it's a much closer match than you would imagine. You would think, oh, Fury Warrior just wins because he can heal, and Arms can't. Arms has enough healing to live this, but also can prevent healing from Thrall Hall as well. And if you play it right with a burst damage, you can bypass him entirely. Thrall, I think, has the advantage right now in terms of health. Dalaran will need a parry up right now in order to live this. Does himself a trinket. Parry needs to go up right now. He sees it as soon as possible. Parry is up unless Thrall Hall has a way. Oh, he does have what looks like enough damage and a bleed to pass right through Dalaran. The guy just did not have much healing to work off of that. And that was just a rough one. Calvin, last one left over on the team to has to fight through Thrall Hall, who's at no help whatsoever. Probably going to go down. Maybe not as easily as I thought, because actually it looks like he's starting to recover here and there. But I think it's mostly Rallying Cry. I mean, maybe gives him a chance. Mortal Coil to follow. Calvin trying to get himself a Vilefian. Thrall accidentally picking up the eye, but nothing he can do about it. This is going to be full pets getting sent in by Calvin. Yo, the Vilefian does a lot of damage by itself, doesn't it? It's going to be Daimia over on that team 1. We also got Mikkel in the back as Affliction and Kioska as a Survival Hunter, both waiting for their turn. As Daimia trying to find himself an angle versus Calvin. Are you walking or just slowed? I think you're slowed, I guess. I was going to say for a second, like, just waddling around to the side. I couldn't tell if it was intentional or just like maybe a curse of exhaustion or something. It is going to be all the pets getting Nova for a second. Daimia is swapping out attention onto these pets. I think you get himself a proc or two. Nova onto all of these pets, trying to get an angle onto Calvin. That is going to be a tyrant joining in, unless you can polymer of that thing, which I don't think you can. Mortal sent in. Calvin got all the pets. Diamond not in a great spot. Made to go for a nice buck, trying to reconnect with Calvin as best as possible. Got himself a random, either on use combustion or a random use of combustion. Might have been a random use of combustion actually, but does go for an invis. Try to give himself a bit of a breather. I think that's actually combustion. I think it was actually an on-use combustion. Forward by Calvin, Diamond does not have much to work with. These pets are just absolutely blasting him out of the way. Has to go for a bit of an iceberg to reset. The rogue that went first when they said to go last. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Grifka went first every match, actually, Calvin. Yeah, I don't think rogue should ever go first anymore. Like, besides Errorless, he's like the only rogue that I would love to watch go first. Just because he has no... He doesn't sit himself forever. He just goes in. He doesn't wait for cooldowns at all, so he's super fun to watch. Grifka is one of those rogues that sits in stealth. He'll sit for an eternity to get all his cooldowns back if he needs to. And I feel like that just draws the games out too much. Daimia just doesn't really have much to really work with versus Calvin. Does have ultra time last second, but I think at this point, like, Vilefian together with a main pet and you're just done. Axe toss, yeah, I think it's just over. Does have cauterized technically. I don't really know if you can make something work off of this one, but so far has just not been able to get a good angle versus Calvin at all. Does hide to dampening with all these demons attacking you. Does get himself, I think, a Warlock custom from Mikkel at the very end. Unless he's just been like banking in order to have himself with biggest go versus Calvin. I just don't really know what you can really do in this situation. Trying to get himself an angle, Vilefian, that's it. I think it's over, right? Yeah, I think it's just over. That's rough. At least for Calvin, this was not much one of those duels where he had to use too many cooldowns. So when going against Mikkel, He is actually able to like match him cooldown for cooldown. Axos around the corner, Miko with a bit of defense. Calvin not willing to get himself out in the open and interrupted. That's going to be all the dots are applied on the Wrathguard though. Mortal Coil by Calvin got himself more pets onto Miko together with the Obelisk to make sure the pets are doing maximum damage, and a Tyrant just letting the pets do all this damage while he's just chilling behind the pillar. Stun around the corner. Fear by Miko. Not a lot of health available. Mortal Coil onto Calvin. It barely heals anymore though. And that's going to be Miko trying to get himself a better angle, but I think it's over. Calvin just letting all these pets unleash though. Wait a second, Calvin with these pets is actually doing work. Fear onto the main pet of Kiosko will not have a stun available. Double Axe Toss available for Calvin. Trying to get some more Demon Doggers in there. It's going to be Kiosko trying to get himself a Goat versus Calvin with that Serpent Sting, or with the Chimeric Sting. And one of the imps, oh, as he's trying to go for medic bandages, the imp just blasts those bandages out of your hands. Stun onto Calvin, does have a wall for this one. Is going to try to get himself a Vile Feed. Big go by Kiosko. Mortico is going to run him out as all the pets join in. Calvin trying to go for a bit of a gate. All these pets are on Kiosko right now. If we only just used to get the pets like an Axe Toss into Kiosko, let the pets do a little bit of work for just a second. That may be enough. Calvin trying to get himself a better angle, but he's walking through the charge up, trying to charge right through it. As it's going to be a full wall for Kiosko. Trying to get himself big defense. Wait, Axe Toss. Oh! Calvin actually was able to bypass all that damage at the end. Calvin went for 1v4? At the end? You kidding me? My goodness. No way. Oh my god. I didn't realize Calvin was going to go for 1v4 there. There it is. Let's get us another one going here, boys. Yeah, one of us. Yo, Kiosko, what do you guys think? Do we ban rogues or just like... Or do we trust Grifka to maybe go last or something? Just go at the very, very end where there's no dampening, just clean up duty. Let him get the chance to like fight through tooth and nail or whatever. Like, what do we do, boys? What do we do with these rogues? Do we just yeet him out of here till Grifka come back next week or something? Or because if we have him go last, then I think he could have a chance. And at least it gives your team a chance to play, you know, because your team also has... You have Miko, you have all these other classes who benefit highly from lower dampening games, but the Rogue is your first one who gets to go and to take the games to the dampener. Don't ban me. Gravlik, would you be okay going last then, so then the rest of the team can actually play before dampening gets super high up? We give him a chance already? They said don't ban me, but if we have you go last, would you be okay with it? Because Gravlik is the Rogue in the chat. Оба-на, Вовка, здорово, как дела? Здорово, Алексис, здорово, как дела, друг? It's нормально. Make him play Outlaw? Yo! That would be the play. That would be the play. Make him play Outlaw. It will at least be a little bit more even. Sub-Rogue? Well, actually, almost would be like a cruel punishment, really. Because Sub-Rogue, I would say, is above most classes in terms of, like, power in PvP. Outlaw is below most classes in power for PvP. It can sort of kind of do this cheesy re-stealthy thing, like a subtlety, but not in the same way. Make him go last? Yeah, like if you say sub but goes last, I think it would be perfectly fine. So Gravlik, what do you say? Gravlik, что скажешь, если мы не будем бан рогов? Но ты должен идти после всем. Trying to hit him with the Russian English here. Asking him. I need a confirmation if Gravlik is fine going last. I need a confirmation for Grifka if it's fine going last. Because if I don't get a confirmation, we might need to ban rogues. You know what I mean? Just to make it easy. He says, okay. Okay, what? That's the question. Okay, what? I need a confirmation. I need a confirmation. Make him take his weapon off. Honestly, you could probably take off his offhand weapon. Well, you could probably take off a... Can you eviscerate without a main hand? I was gonna say, maybe if you could eviscerate without a main hand, you could probably have him, like, play without it. But it's a glass in. Okay, he said okay. He said he's alright with it. Ready? Because I'm down to do it, man. Just no rogues off the bat. Just a rogue at the end. Just no rogue off the rip. How about no gear, no hand? Okay, okay, that could work. Or just a dagger, no other gear. That'd be something. Bring it back to, like, the classic naked rogue back in the classic, where Eviscerate did not scale off of gear, it just scaled off of level. Or something crazy like that. Imagine if that was still a thing. Kaiser, what are we gonna do? Man. We do Dalaran Sewers. We haven't done that one. We also can do Blade's Edge and Black Cold. I like those two. While we got these two teams, man, I want to give you guys as many chances to play as possible. They seem very fun. Like, I'm actually enjoying these games a lot. Again, I'm complaining about rogues because I feel like from a viewer perspective, it's not super fun watching a rogue go first and sit and do stuff all the time. Like, I love the visceral, huge, big crits of a rogue, right? The crazy plays, the cool CC. I love the shadow step, like, jukes and all that. It's just that downtime of like, okay, I'm sitting in stealth until all my cooldowns are up. I'm not a fan of it, personally. Just not a big fan. Maybe that's why I couldn't play sub, right? Maybe that's why I couldn't hack it out of sub. I love that constant action. Love me that outlaw. You know what I mean? Hell, even assassination, too. I mean, one of those rogue classic montages, get my GM on the level 1 dagger, cooked it. Yo, yeah. Level 1 dagger, bunch of gray gear, and just like running around naked rogue. How about a duel on top of a mushroom inside of Zengarmarsh? That would be interesting, but I can't really do the whole like camera thing on top of a Zengarmarsh. But that would maybe work. Do people duel on top of mushrooms in Zengarmarsh? I haven't seen that before. I could see how that would work because it's like a circular environment with like a hill. It would be interesting, but it could work. Silver. I like how your name is Silver, even though you're Worgen, and I think don't werewolves die to Silver? Gonna be Dalaran first off the bat versus Silver, the Furious Warrior. As Dalaran goes in, big Bladestorm, mad damage. Is that the unhinged warrior build? Is that the Bladestorm Mortal Strike spam? Gonna be a bleed onto Silver, trying to go for a little bit of health. Disarm does go for a trinket into a reflect. I don't really know what he can really reflect versus tell. Actually, yes I do. I'm lying. Shadow Flame. He can reflect the Shadow Flame, technically. Or if Dalaran, I guess that's really it, right? I don't think he has a... Unless you have a spear. I feel like if you have a spear, you can at least reduce the arcane damage from the Spear of Bastion. But either way, it still will work. Dalaran does end up backing up a little bit, doesn't have too many bleeds, can go for the Shadow Belt to catch himself a little bit of re-stealth. Silver try to see if he can find him, does not quite find him until an auto attack finally is able to catch up exactly where he's at. But Dalaran was able to get himself quite a bit of recovery. That second wind is huge for Arms Warrior. Trying to see if he can bypass Silver's defenses, is going to go for a bit of a battle stance, Bladestorm to follow, Silver backing up out of there, he sees cooldowns, it's going to be Avatar on top of it, just so much damage. He's actually able to back away from it last second in order to avoid any of that unhinged damage. Stun onto Silver, trying to see if he can maybe get himself a way to bypass the Arms Warrior as he's starting to chip away at Silver's defenses. Gonna go into battle stance, but immediately, or what is it, Fury stance? Berserker stance, but immediately disarm her after. Stun onto Dalaran. Does Silver get any recovery? Dalaran, if he has himself sharpened blades right now, that would be perfect. I don't think he even runs sharpened blades. Don't even need it. Just big executes at the end, taking him out. My goodness, Dalaran needs a little bit of recovery. I don't know if he has bleeds on him. Looks like he's okay. Oh no, with Kiaska, he ain't gonna get any healing whatsoever. Kiaska trying to find himself a better angle. Dalaran needs to find himself a way to just show behind the pillar with these grenades and the poisons. That ain't happening though. That ain't happening. He's gonna have to be very careful, maybe use defenses really early on. Gonna have to find a way to bypass Kiaska. Probably try to go for big bursts, force the trick out of the guy. Is trying to go for a bit of the battle stance. Actually was able to survive the explosive shot too. It did not do nearly as much damage as I thought it would. I guess was able to get himself a bit of a heal in between of that. But Dalaran playing into that ignore pain, which is going to be super helpful for the dot damage as well as some of the bursts. Offsetting it into a shield and only part of it going to health bar is going to be super helpful. Got himself defensive stance for this go. He expects Kiaska to charge out while Death Chakram was on him, but he doesn't. It's going to be just a bunch of traps set up. Kiaska can find himself a better angle. Grenades getting thrown in with a stun to follow. Big explosive. Got himself full burst. Dalaran will need to answer here. Stun onto Kiaska. Does he have himself a big go? Fear. Looks like he's playing super defensive. Maybe found an opportunity to take off the dots and go for a bit of a reset. Hellstone by Calvin and is able to at least get himself a bit of recovery. Wants to go for big battle stance, get himself a little bit of that second win. Stun onto Kiaska, does himself a big go. Potentially, if he can just get out of there with a Bladestorm, breaks out of the Bladestorm just to get on top of Kiaska with a full blade to follow. Kiaska does go for survival defense. Bladestorm on top of it with the Avatar. Lots of damage onto Kiaska. Cannot really do much about this damage. Does go for a tar trap onto Dalaran. Has most likely mending better just to remove these dots, right? Looks like the dots are still at least able to force out his Spore Cloak either way though. Dalaran does have Avatar, does have parry. Kiaska just bleeding out profusely though. The guy, oh, he deflected the freeze trap. Oh my god, that was so perfect. Tell me you gotta bleed on him. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Turtle showing manic, but she's in full recovery mode. Dalaran, my goodness. Wait, Camo? Does he get him out randomly? Leap, does hit the pet. Kiaska's out in the open. Stormbolt to follow. Does go for the pet stun in between. Wait, how do you, can you pet stun while he's stunned? Is that a thing you can do now? stun while you're stunned with your pet into a binding shot right after. Big explosive shot does catch up a little bit of healing with a Blaze Storm to follow. Kioska needs a way out of this one. Parry up for Telrion, able to at least remove a lot of the damage from Kioska. Goes in for a big mortal strike, but doesn't quite slam down on him just yet. Wanted to do it, but the freezing trap stopped him in place. Grenade getting thrown in, kill commands to follow. Telrion is kind of limited on what he can do right now. The dots should be in advantage of Kiosko. Keyword on shoot though, as Kiosko trying to get himself a better angle versus Tel. Stormbolt getting sent in. Doesn't really have a go though. Fear right after. It's going to be Reflect in case there's a freezing trap left. Kioska does not go for Reflect just yet, or freezing trap just yet. Stun into the main pet, banning benefits to follow. If only he could have some way to just like bounce damage off of the pet onto the hunter. That would have been fantastic. Binding shot to stop you. Kioska making sure there's plenty of range. Got himself maybe a big go versus Tel. Explosive shot ready and going. Stun right after. Death Striker to follow. Charges in with a Blaze Storm. Nothing he can do, but he got himself mobility. As long as he's outside of the Blaze Storm, he might be okay. Manic Bandage may be needed. He's got a dot on him. He's got a dot. It's gonna hurt. Manic Bandage, last second leap. Stormbolt, I think it's over. I think it's over, right? Reflect in case. Oh, are you still alive? Is there a dot on you? Are you okay? Hold on a second, Kiosko. Oh, looks like I think Randy and did get him. My goodness. With Thrall Hall gonna be up next. From one Fury, then a Hunter, then another Fury Warrior. Last time Thrall fought Telrion. He did have the upper hand on him. Telrion's walking into this one though with every defensive available, no trinket however, no avatar, does get a Stormbolt. If he waits like 40 seconds, maybe he'll be able to get avatar, but it's really up to see if Thrallhall wants to wait that long, but I don't think he's gonna wanna, right? Stormbolt is gonna be banner. Telrion baking out of the stun immediately. Big stun into Thrallhall right after him. Got himself the battle stance to follow. Tel wants to get aggressive as best as possible. Blaze Storm using the range he's pinned in order to get himself the second win. Defensive stance immediately as soon as he's outside of his big damage phases. Being able to drop the defensive stance to go all out on damage and then pop back in defensive stance as soon as your damage is over is going to be very, very important to play it super safe. Telrion got himself parry, big damage, battle stance at the ready, going to be able to break out of the Zerkers. Thrall trying to see if he can heal through it, but the parry for Telrion denied any kind of that healing. Shockwave for a second, trying to see if he can get out of there. Going to be charged by Thrall. Telrion may need to go back into defensive stance. Got himself Blaze Storm yet again with Avatar. Trying to see if he can maybe have that damage hit Thrall on the outskirts of his damage while he's walking away from the guy. Fear to follow. Does have a bleed onto Thrall, so at least he doesn't give Thrall any second win opportunity. For Telrion though, as long as he got no bleeds on him, maybe he could escape him. Gonna be a Stormbolt to follow. Got himself a Warbreaker to maybe get past his defenses. Denying that stun with a Blaze Storm. Gonna be Thrall maximizes his damage as well. Growing a little big inside of the Avatar, but it does serve for just someone the Warriors. Thrall wants to go for a charge. But as long as he's out in the open, as long as Telrion does not let him an opportunity to heal whatsoever, try to see if he can go for the executes. May need sharpen blades off of this one. Stormbolt. Thrall does not have a lot of health to work with. Telrion with a stun. Does he have the big execute? He needs one more. Does go for overpower, I think, to take him out. With Miko getting a handful of dots over onto Telrion before he can even get a chance to go for a full reset behind the pillow. But he is able to recover a lot of health by the end of that duel. Second win is a better victory. It's such a pain. Dude, it's like the only thing that Warriors could use for a heal. But if a Warrior could play into that, yeah, it is definitely like, it's not, both the heals are kind of like on a lower end ever since like the original incarnation. Like remember the first original second win literally made Arms Warriors like all Warriors on, I actually know, might have been an Arms Warrior only thing, but it definitely made him unstoppable way back in the day. Did you just Shadow Meld the Shadow Fury? No way. Stun into Miko, does go for the human racial with a wall to follow. Trying to go for a fear. This is what Telrion wants to go for an answer. Instead, going to leap away. He did have a reflect up for a second in case Miko is going to reflect. Summon back at himself. Did he get anything reflected? No, he's clean. I was thinking maybe reflected a dot or something, but he just got to denied it a little bit. Tel does have 12 dots on him. He's not going to be able to get any value out of that second wind whatsoever. Trying to go for big damage versus Miko into a interrupt last second, trying to make sure he doesn't get any of that precog working against him into a Mortar Coil. At least Miko doesn't get a lot of healing from Mortar Coil port as soon as it's going to be charged on itself. Kind of out in the open, has himself reflect. Drain Soul right now for Miko, trying to go for a bit of damage as well versus Tel. Still has reflect for just a second. Drain Soul does not have another to interrupt it, but the executes may be enough to overpower him. Trying to see if he can fight right through him. He's going to go for an interrupt, but it doesn't quite connect. It's going to be Drain Soul ultra full of tell, does have himself a little bit of a defensive right now. Does have parry as well. It's gonna just be a brawl between the two as Miko trying to see if he can back up out of that stun. Executes. Just a brawl at the end as soon as Tyrone missed the kick, gave the precog to the Affliction Warlock. He knew he needed just to go in and do as much damage as humanly possible. He just needed to throw everything in there. Press parry, try to get a stun, execute after execute after execute, hoping that it crits. With Grifka going to be the last one left on that killing of duty for Team 1. Now Grifka has the opportunity to go for a proper 1v5 here. 47% dampening. Everybody else, actually, in a way, for Grifka, this is a good situation to be in. Because every other class like William, Everett, Calvin, Jayhawk, anyone do benefit from a little bit of healing, right? Any little bit of healing. Grifka has an advantage because he doesn't really need healing. He got the big defenses. He can always make his escapes happen. He got himself the Cloak of Shadows immunity, evasion, which I guess can be an immunity against melee damage to some degree. Cloak actually can remove bleeds too, so it's like pure immunity to everything. And then vanishes to make his escapes. I mean, it's kind of a decent setup to be in. And Dalaran walking into this one with a trinket but no parry. So he's going to be limited on the tools that he can work with. Got himself all damage cooldowns, but it's going to be a mad burst in the opener. It's going to be vanish immediately after he put a bleed onto Tell. Does he have a dot on the rogue? He does not. The eyes are up in case he wants to use them. And he may just want to pick him up early. The second wind, yeah, he got a rupture on you. That second wind ain't going to do nothing. That's going to be rough. Grifka is going to just chill back as Tyrone is able to pick up the eye. Grifka did commit a Shadow Blades, but honestly, like, with how short the cooldown is of Shadow Blades with the Thieves Bargain talent, it's not that difficult to, like, get it back. Going to be an opportunity for Tyrone to have a big go versus Grifka. Immediate Cloak of Shadows, removing the bleeds, making sure that he doesn't take too much damage from the physical damage. Trinket out of Tell, got himself a parry. Could be a blind out of Grifka. Vanish instead by the rogue after he got some dots on the Tell. Could go picking up the other set of eyes. No. Other set of eyes is not up. The bleed is up onto Grifka though. And is able to swing past the boxes, sometimes get a hit onto Grifka here and there, at least keeping the rogue kind of in combat, at the very least. And eventually I think Tell's bleed should end up falling off. If you can pre-banner one of the stuns by the rogue, then you'll actually be in a great spot, but that's going to be really tough to match up to, honestly. Trying to go for a leap, then through a Shadow Mill by Grifka as he went in for a Stormbolt. It's going to be the trinket or the cloak helping him out a little bit there with Sport Cloak. Viscera is just puncturing right through him. Nothing he could do. And I think Ev was able to at least get a Shadowboard Pain on the rogue as he's dipped behind the pillar, yeah? Maybe. He might have been able to get one. Sap? Is there a doubt on the rogue? It looks like the Riz, Shadowboard Pain, I think, is on him. But it's not really doing that much damage, or at least pressure him just yet. Sap, 60% dampening. That Sippy Cup ain't going to be able to do much for you at this point. It's going to do a little, but very, very minor. As Av tries to see if he can get himself a better setup versus the rogue. Definitely needs to play it super carefully with his trinket and with his disperse, because that's really all you got is a trinket and disperse to work with. Trinket immediately out of Grifka, stunned by Ev, trying to see if he can get himself a big go with mind games. No cloak for the rogue, got himself the mind bender to at least chase after the rogue as he goes in for a blind reset. Ev tried to go for a bit of flash heals to reheal. Next go by the rogue is going to be very, very deadly though, so you definitely got to get in there versus rogue as soon as possible. Try to chase, get a shot to follow. Does not have an answer, but do you go for disperse? Doesn't a person disperse here? Maybe you could use the disperse in order to delay the rogue's burst until your human racial is back up. Maybe that's the best you could do in this situation. Grifka does have a Vanish back up, as well as a second Vanish coming back up very, very soon. I'm actually going to skip that song. I got to reformat my mix here a little, because there are some songs that are a little bit slow, too slow for the duel scene, I think. Stun to Ev, maybe in a bad spot. Does he have anything here right now? Maybe Aegis is the best thing that you can do. Does press Desperate Prayer in between of those stuns, which is perfect. Gives you a little bit of survivability. Stun onto Grifka, potentially can have himself a go. Fear onto the rogue. Wants to go for healing, but definitely needs to be looking at damage as well. At least getting dots into the rogue is going to be important here. At least getting some damage over time is going to be helpful. Root to follow. Void Torrent, trying to see if he can make a big play. Tentacle is going to attack the rogue as well. That's going to do a bit of damage over time too. Stun does not have an answer here. The human racial, I think it's over. Yeah. Unless you would have been able to give yourself like 8 extra seconds, then human racial would have been there to help you a bit. Stun until rogue, no outs. I think this is where the paladin may just have him cheat death. Vanish actually somehow got him out of stealth either way though. Got to follow trinkets. William did not want to give this rogue an out whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Chow with him 4. 8 million damage, 7 million, almost 8 million healing. My goodness. That is ridiculous. Lord. Let's get us another one going here, yeah? What arena have we not done yet? We've done Dalaran, we've done Tiger Speak, Hook Point, Lordaeron. We've done all of them actually. I guess we've got double back to like Black Cold or something, huh? My goodness, good gouge, but bro, yeah, good rogue. Yeah, dude, he's just not willing to go down without a fight. Versus a Shadow Priest, I don't think a priest can do anything in that situation at all. And we see like priests on NA struggle with that too, like Haster. Also, it's just been rough. It's very, 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 very rough. But I'll fix it weak at the moment. Dal, can I get my fast my Warlock? Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, if you want to swap out to Warlock, we're fine waiting for you. You're probably with Kiosko, aren't you? Yeah, so Kiosko, you might need Thrall. He's looking to swap out to the Warlock. I guess I could write to him. I think your warrior wants to swap to a Warlock real quick. So let me know if you need my help getting him back in there, whatnot. A quick swap. Cool. Because Kiosko knows how to do all the group stuff if he needs to list it in LFG. He can't put stun in stuns unless I miss some patch notes. It just looked like there was a Stormbolt that hit the Hunter and then Intimidation kind of hit the Warrior afterwards. So maybe it might have been like one of those things where he pressed Intimidation and the pet is like charging at him, but the stun effect doesn't apply until the pet connects to the Warrior. So like they both pressed. What is it? Stormbolt went out, right? It's flying, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Hunter realizes what's happening, has an empty global or free global, presses stun, gets hit by Stormbolt. Then the pet charges out because you already pressed the stun, stuns the warrior midway. It just looked like a Stormbolt connected and then the pet stun happened. That'd be interesting if that was a change though. Some players have pointed out that maybe that should be a thing, similar to how Warlocks can stun while they're CC'd, right? They can control the pet independently of their abilities, similar to how like a Warlock can be casting spells, and with a Fell Hunter in a dungeon or something, they can interrupt without canceling their rotation. They can still have an independent control of the pet for one ability while they still do their rotation. So a lot of people wondered like if maybe that's something they could also do for the other stuff. Invite so I can. Okay, cool. So he's swapping over to the Warlock. I can invite him, but I need to join your group quickly. Abe. Intimidation has the most jarring jarring interaction. Yeah, I feel ya. It's just one of those things where it makes you wonder why one class can do it one way and another class has to do it another. Like for Hunters, Intimidation is almost like a Hammer of Justice, right? Where Paladin just like tosses a stun on somebody. But it works off with your pet, so if your pet has nowhere close, you can't even use it. So it's like really, really weird. I feel like they should make it more consistent, right? And then plus it constantly gets overlapped due to how much latency there is to the skill. Yeah, I feel like maybe they could adjust it. Remember how pets used to have a Blink Strike ability, right? It's a Blink Strike. It was like a passive that you would turn on your pet. And then whenever they are like out of reach of an enemy, I think I got it maybe? Monolith? Just double checking his name real quickly. If it's Monolith, that's the guy. Don't make me cry mentioning Blink Strike. Yeah, like, yep, okay. Okay, good. Alright, so I guess we'll do Black or Cold, yeah. Riser and Abe. 5. Rook 1. Black or Cold. Again, Rogue. Rogue in the back of the line. I might need to reform here or re-switch it. Might be a re-queue scenario. But if you guys didn't play back with Blink Strike, and Jake, you can correct me if I get it wrong, but I think it added damage to your auto attacks for your pet, and also if your pet is super far away from somebody, right? Then it will like teleport you to the enemy. Like the pets, if they're super far away, they'll be able to chase. And like it has an internal cooldown between how often it can teleport, but it basically makes your pet super consistent. Like in PvP, if you need a target swap, your pet could just be on one target and then swap to another fairly quickly. So your pet was always there doing a little bit extra damage, but also was able to blink to him. I think that maybe you should incorporate that to Intimidation, right? Your pet hears your call, charges to the target, almost like blink striking to them. so that your stun intimidation should work like a Hodge. But also it could be a way to like reposition your pet closer, so like your pet is way out in Guam, you can have your pet teleport kind of next to you. Or like maybe have the stun happen and your pet just like rushes, like charges directly to the enemy, right? Your pet hears the call and rushes to the target to make sure that intimidation works kind of like similar to a Hodge. So it's consistent, there's no delay, there's no pet positional to it, right? And also forces your pet to you, wherever the pet may be. I feel like stuff like that should be added, just because pet AI is all kinds of weird, you know? It's just, yeah, and maybe if they did the same thing for Warlock too in that case, just because they can have a consistent stun. And only can just jump for a stun too. Yes, and only, well, they have a leap. The pet has a specific leap ability where you can leap and stun, but yeah, they usually macro them together so that you could do that together. It's fairly quick. So Twitch. But that's actually macro because the charge for the pet, when you're empowered, actually becomes an interrupt. It's interesting. Miko gonna be first up over for the team 2 together with Ervin, I keep messing up your name, over on the team 1 Warlock versus a Shadow Priest, or rather a Warlock versus a wannabe Warlock as the Dark Ascension comes out for Ev, trying to see if he can get himself a go, but Miko backing up out of the keeping the dots and slows on to Ev while they got himself a full Dark Pact. Ev was a push in silence, but a Mortical is already said from between the fingertips of Miko into a stun right after him. Ev needs to have himself a proper go, quick interrupt onto the Shadow Priest, jumping under as Miko trying to get all the dots on him. It's going to ramp up all these dots, maybe go in with a big Dark Glare on top of it. May just want to mind games to follow. It's going to be a stable affliction. Probably Dark Glare. Maybe not. Insanity. It's actually doing quite a bit of damage. Miko might be in a bit of trouble. Unless they go maybe for their own drain life and their own channel spells. It's going to get himself a pretty fatty shield as Ev back behind the pillar, catching up on some healing. Wait, what is this? Hold on a second. How is Dark Glare hitting you through the... It's literally in a wall. It's in a bridge. How is it hitting you? You can literally see his tendrils poking through the wooden part. What is this? Fear onto Ev as he's getting fully, Miko's getting fully channeled into Ev, and Miko actually both counted super low. Miko needs to have an answer here. Does go in for a stun, but is a shield for Miko. Ev just melting through these dot sounds, and Miko does go in for the big drain. Mortical has himself the execute drain in case he needs to, but that was a fade for Ev for just a second, able to dodge that cast to begin with. Miko does get himself a bit of a health stone in order to give himself recovery. Ev in a fear, disperse, does come out looking for the recovery, but Miko looking to maybe drain him down, take him out. Right now it's actually kind of a weird duel. The two are right next to each other, just kind of trying to counter one another with their casts. Both a dot focus. Ev trying to see if he can go for big cast, does get interrupted with Miko going in for a bit of a drain cell. Ev does have a lot of recovery right now without dampening being super high. Mind Flay Insanity, Mind Games does hit him with a fear in order to try to see if he can interrupt him. It is going to be the big Dark Glare joining back in. Ev better be very careful. Does go for a Void Torrent as it is the main pet attacking him for just a second. It's going to be better be very careful with the offensives and defensive silence on the Miko. Maybe can turn this around. Miko kind of lowers it out. Does Ev maybe have a big flay right now with Mortical onto that fear as they're trying to go for a bit of a self heal, recovering a bit. Silence onto Ev for just a second, or at least rather an interrupt. This is going to be Dark back onto Miko, still looking for the recovery, looking to replenish that big shield that he's got. Plenty of recovery right now with a port to follow. As Ev does have himself full burst, PI and everything available, could actually make a big play right now. It's a lot of damage on the way. He's trying to go for fear onto Miko. Looks like was able to dodge it, but the pet does run in all directions. And Miko feared onto Ev for a second, but I think he just goes down. Wait a second, wait, drain, maybe enough. Does recover. Oh my god. Ev also kind of lowish on health, getting drained for a bit here. Dots are melting right through him. Drain soul. Miko just needs to get a proper big drain soul going to Ev while he's low on health, able to at least channel it at him. But unless he's super low on health, he can't really do much. Why? This is so back and forth right now. Big shield for Miko. Does get rooted out in the open. Mortical at Ev, but he does end up diving right behind the pillar. Perfectly lined up with Mind Games onto Miko. All those dots are going to end up turning into hots. Onto Ev for just a second here. Void Torrent to follow, trying to see if he can turn it around. Get himself a little bit of health recovery. Big pet joins in. It's kind of stuck itself into the boards of the bridge. Just bursts out for Ev, looking for recovery. Miko does get himself a meaty shield, looking for also recovery as well. I don't know if he'll even use the Warlock Hellstone. Does he even have it? Dark Ascension cooking up for Ev. Cannot go for it just yet. Miko with a full Dark Glare. All the dots are on Ev. This is where you want to make sure you're extra careful with your defenses. Does himself a self-heal, but at this point, unless you remove all these dots off you, I think it might just be done. The dots are rotting, and I think it's just over. Oh my god. The back and forth between the Shadow Priest and the Affliction Warlock. I'm surprised it was as close as it was. That's crazy. Calvin up next as Cries of the Warlock joins back in as a Demonology this time. instead of destruction. It is still so weird seeing you on demonology rather than your good old destro, but you do end up doing really well with demonology. Mikkel putting all the dots up onto the main pad so you can transfer them onto Calvin, which is exactly one of his plays that I likes to do. Transfer all these dots so that Calvin is taking full dots. You can basically make yourself the biggest dots possible. Swap them over into Calvin. Does drop down. It's going to be a obelisk down as well. It's going to be pretty bad for Mikkel if unless he can avoid these pets as best possible. Does go in for full dots on the Calvin. He got a pretty big Tyrant. All these pets next to him actually might be in a lot of trouble. Tyrant does wane, but the guy got no help whatsoever. Trying to go for a bit of a shield, but Calvin taking him out with a last big old dread bite from all the stalkers joining back in. Kioska trying to see if he can get himself a big over to Calvin. Trying to go for a kick, but it's actually going to be able to immune it. Death Striker is still on him. Kioska still got a lot of damage. Wall for Calvin. Trying to go for a big coordinated assault. Mad kill shots. I'm going to do a lot of damage to Calvin right now. All those crits are going to be super, super deadly. Kioska not giving Calvin any breathing space whatsoever. Mortal Coil sent at him. Fury to follow. At least able to give himself a little bit of recovery. The pet is going to be on Calvin. Kioska getting ran out to the corner of the map, and Calvin needs to get himself recovery right now. He's actually in a bit of a tight spot. Does go for a port. Got caught in the pixel of a pillar or something. Harpoon or after kill shot to fall, I think it's just over. The damage of a survival hunter is actually just unbelievable. William is going to be up next, charging out, got himself a random proc of wings, I guess, when watching the Warlock on his team fall in combat. Gasket trying to give himself survivability, may just be a turtle shell situation right here. Does go for a bit of healing, freezing trap on a William, and letting the, what's it called, the Spore Cloak keep him alive there. Letting the Spore Cloak proc and keep him at bay. That's insane. Av healing, holy moly. Dude, Av does do a lot of healing too, doesn't it? Shadow Priest and Affliction Warlock do quite a bit of dot damage to one another. Lots of CC, but also quite a bit of healing as well, especially with that drain heal that he can do. I was expecting almost for Mikkel to take Calvin's pets and like set up a soul rod on those and then drain off of those for a bat shield, but he didn't do it there. Big burst into William, does pop a shield of Vengeance, but after his health is taking quite a bit of a hit. Stun into Kioska, does not really have a way to deal with William, but it is going to be silenced for just a second. William's still able to crack through his defenses either way though, into a bubble right after. Kioska may just have to go for Turtle Shell. Not in a great spot, was able to force an immunity out of William. If he is able to set up some kind of a big go versus the Paladin, he may be okay. Harpooning in, but maybe a little too close. It's just going to be a couple of hammers needed for William. Kioska got himself the range, explosive shot to follow. This is a big kill shot. This is a little bit more damage charging. Oh, the kill shot and no health. What is this? Oh my god, that was a risk he did not need to take. He needs a camo immediately. I don't know if Dalaran is going to give him the honor duel or not. He may not be able to. I don't think you can. A 35% dampening, Stormbolt, I think it's over, right? There's just nothing he can do. Playstone, Feign Death, Kioska cannot go for a camo, but maybe Freezing Trap can do that. Steel Trap, maybe. I think it's over. Bear? Fortification of the Bear gives him a little bit more health to work with. That execute would have been over. Manic Bandages, you need yourself a rest. If he leaps right now. Oh, if he leaps right now. Wait, you're going to go for Death Chakram off that? Oh my god, you're insane, Kioska. I think he decided, you know what, I need to go for damage. He's not going to give him a break here. Stun to follow, does get himself a coordinated assault. Stun right after Portal, able to break past Kioska defenses and just goes in for a big slam at the end. Not giving each other a chance, man. Just had to go in there. Oh my goodness. I feel like Kioska would have gotten a reset if he could. I don't think it was a situation where you could have gotten a reset at all though. Disarm for disarm as Silver trying to get back over to Tell. Tell leaping away as the guy leaps down. Tell actually able to juke him out entirely. Look at that. Leapt away using that movement speed from the leap in order to reposition entirely from Silver, avoiding him completely. Why is that in that second wind? Let him recover a little bit of health. As long as you have not taken damage for like 6 seconds, you recover a portion of your health little by little, but it's enough. If you give yourself a little bit of recovery, like you'll be in a good spot. Silver getting hit with a Stormbolt to follow. Taylor able to get himself a proper opener together with a Colossus Mash. Silver trying to see if he can go for a bit of a counter attack, but it's going to be parry out for Tell, able to break out of the fear with Zerker. So Silver right now just has to find a way to play defensive or run over for the damage because Tell just got himself the free range to attack. Silver does have a leap ready for whenever the Blaze Storm comes out. Silver may be one of those warriors that has like multiple leaps in a row. Or am I wrong with that? Oh yeah, is that a racial added already in the game now? The Worgen racial, or is that like in 10.1? Or is that up now? The Worgen racial, where like as soon as you get out of combat, you go back into like human form, but whenever you're in combat, you go into demon form, into Worgen form, similar to like what Evokers do, because you can set it up for Evoker. Out of combat, Visage. In combat, Dragon. So they added that for Worgen. I don't know if that was added in last patch or in the next patch. Huh. Blaze Storm for Tel, trying to go for big executes on the silver. The guy's left with no health. Does he have bleeds on him? If he's got bleeds, like, it would just tick out. Maybe the Rachel is in the game right now, I guess, unless he's switching out on his own. It's hard to tell, but he's looking for that charge, looking to get himself some healing. Charge, big heal, maybe an opportunity to recover here. Trying to see if he can back up, but that's gonna be Tel recharging back at him. Does put a bleed on the guy with a disarm, trying to mitigate the damage that Tel can do. Such a shockwave for just last second. Tel just needs one more global, but it's gonna be Silver catching up a little bit of healing. The Morgan thing was added last patch. Oh, was it really? Because I was thinking for myself, like, is he just swapping over when, like, is he actively turning it off, or is it like, or is that a passive? Because I thought that was interesting. Huh. Tel trying to see if he can get himself an angle. Silver at no help whatsoever. He just needs a good bit of line of sight on Silver. And he has it, but looks like Silver was able to get caught behind the corner. Wait, he just tried to like kill him with the bleeds? I swear, I think that's what he was trying to do the entire time. I think he knows that he's going to be going against Monolith as well as Grifka, so he's trying to like use the minimum amount of cooldowns against the other warrior just so he has something ready for the next guy. Monolith is playing now the Demonology. Does this say another Petatel already? Yeah, he does. Violefin together with the main pet. Monolith is playing into a build together with another portal. Big Pit Lord, most likely. I imagine he would just come into Pit Lord if he could play another portal anyway. Pit Lord, another portal, as well as a Tyrant combo, I guess. We'll see how it works out. For Talrion, it may be a good situation just to sit there and chip away the Felguard pet. If you can just somehow force another freshly summoned Felguard off of Monolith, remove that out of the game as well, you might actually be in a good spot, honestly. As Monolith try to see if he can reinforce the Felguard together with a Vilefin, together with Dreadstalkers. Talrion leaping in. He did shrink it, I think, an Axos or something. Monolith trying to see if he can back up out of there. Wall's gonna use Reflectors up real quickly. He's just trying to see if he can maybe add more pets into the army. Mordecai reflected, go back into Monolith, interrupted it. So trying to get himself a proper Tyrant up and running. Trying to see if he can get himself a better angle and maybe reposition. Does he have a gateway? Can he maybe use the gateway? Big X he gets to follow. Gateway used, but he's got bleeds on him. Is that enough though? I think the bleeds are gonna take him out. Trying to get himself another portal. Unless he got himself some healing right now. He's barely hanging in. And the bleeds do him in. Oh. And the bleeds did him in as the Pit Lord came out. Oh my goodness. I was gonna say it's 62% dampening. Like, is the bleed gonna take him or what? Until actually, at least defensively, he's ready for Grifka. At least defensively, he's got everything except for a trinket. Offensively, he's not really full whole yet. But this could be an opportunity for him to maybe make a big comeback. Try to see if he can put himself back against the wall, not give Grifka any kind of reset. 5-5, let the blood that begin. Exactly, Parth. Exactly, dude. We've been doing some blood bathing here for a couple of hours now. But yeah, I didn't realize the working thing was added later. I was just so confused. I was like, is he turning this off like automatically, or is it just on its own? Like, is he actually clicking the ability to change forms or what? And that's why I was confused. I was like, wait, because I guess I just didn't realize that they've already added it. I thought for some reason it was a 10.15 feature. But that's really cool either way though. They need to add a feature where you can fight as like a human form. You know what I mean? They need to add that as a feature, like, so you could really just stay. I guess at that point you would just play human though. Maybe for certain abilities you shift into Worgen. I don't even know. Grifka is just waiting all of it. Actually, Talrion basically got everything back up now. Grifka got himself a proper go. Full secret technique, everything Stormbolt by Talrion. Does he himself a good setup versus Grifka? Disarm right after, trying to see if he can break past his defenses. Does end up evasioning. I think he evasioned the Colossus Smash entirely. As Tel trying to see if he can walk Grifka away from that corner. It is going to be a fear onto the rogue. Does trick out of this one. Parry up for Tel. Grifka could go for a vanish right now. Trying to see if he can shadow step around Talrion. Full bleeds are on him, I think. And Tel is eventually going to end up ticking out. Got himself Rallying Cry. Dots are up onto Grifka using the board. Oh my goodness. What is this? Oh, no. I'm not a fan of that. Cheap shot. Tricking for Tel. I don't think he has anything left, right? Yeah, even though with a banner, there's only so much he can do. At that point, you got nothing left, man. Crazy. Activate to control your Worgen instincts to automatically assume a human form when you leave combat. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess I just don't see enough Worgen players out there to see that racial in action, which is interesting. Polymorph into Grifka was able to find him out of stealth. Arcane Explosion or Arcane Surge. Does Grifka have a cloak? He does have a cloak in case he needs to gouge on a Jayhawk. Does go for a trinket, but a blind is going to stop him. Ice block all the time. Does he have him right here? Cone of Cold for just a moment is going to end up going for cheap shot. Kidney shot to full eye after a blink. Jayhawk does not have all the time at this point. Does have himself prismatic, but it's not really doing much for you. I think it's just over, right? Yeah, unless you just use ice block and everything. That's rough, man. Grifka does end up sitting in that cleanup duty. Dalaran able to live 3 as we had the full Affliction Warlock versus a Shadow Priest combat trial there for just a second. That was rough, man. That was rough. Let's get us another going, yeah? No mas. Wait, did it say the group joined Black Hole just now? Oh, I think it's from before, right? Probably bugged out. Do we still have teams? Do you guys want to go again? Or we don't skip for the night? Because we had ourselves quite a few of these games here. I would like fighting as a human options and working simply because every helm in the game looks terrible. I agree. I agree with that. Every helm does look terrible. Chrysler left? Okay, well, with Chrysler bailing out for the night, we could maybe just call it here. Because it is pretty late over in the EU. It's like 8 p.m. my time. It is like deep into like 3, 4, 5 in the morning for some of you guys. So I appreciate you boys for coming by, hanging out with me. We're gonna call it there. Yo, Sticks, we do these, I don't know if you're regular, but we do these every single week, Fridays for EU, about this time, every Friday, or I guess Saturday if you're EU region, right? You know, it's like time zone thing, right? But it's like, for me, it's 5 in the evening, like 8 p.m. But for you guys, it's like in the AM, Saturday, whatever. You get what I mean, right? So Friday night, Saturday morning, Fridays, you guys are more than welcome to join up. We're gonna be doing more of them in 10.15 as well. Thanks to Roseman, 2Y. Even Grain is going to be popping off for the night, so that works out. And Mikkel, gotta head to sleep. Oh, perfect. Perfect. See you next week, bud. Yeah, even Mikkel gotta go, so that's perfect. Works out for me. Moscow, здорово, друг, здорово. Сам я из Екатеринбурга. Родился в Екатеринбурге, но живу в Америке. Больше... Как его? Большинство моей жизни сейчас. 3 часа? Хорошо, хорошо. Да, это там в Москве будет после... Как это по-русски? Будет поздно, чем других часть Европы, в Европе. Man, my Russian is off, man. It's at 3 a.m. in Moscow. Why did you move to somewhere else? Why'd I move? Family stuff. You know, my mom was hoping for like, hey, I just want to establish like a better life for my kiddos, and it was like, oh, okay, you know, there's an opportunity. She took it. Here we are. Been here for like since ever. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just get back to D4 and manage to drop all my bits. It comes 3 hours. Dude, I gotta finish out D4. Jake, they're doing a season. They're doing a new season. It actually looks really, really cool with the gem stuff. I want to try it. I need to finish the campaign. I need to get myself leveled. I know in this season you get to make a new character and it doesn't really matter, but I want to unlock like the nightmare difficulty, all that stuff before the season is over. I want to do all that stuff, man. I want to get all that done. Rogue's been a lot of fun. I've been playing a flurry build. I've been enjoying leveling with that. I got myself a proper Lego. Every time I do my rogue charge, I put up a smoke bomb so I can daze people. So I'm kind of using that on the opener, and I'm using like a daze, vulnerability, knockdown, crit combo to just do this. Honestly, it's been so fun. Diablo 4 disappointed me. Really, Barth? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm pretty new to like the whole Diablo thing, so I've been having a lot of fun with it. But I wonder how like veterans have been feeling about it. Was by accident remove it? Wait, what? Nor my do I for coming by friend? I don't think I ignored anything. Yeah, Thrall. Yeah, I don't really know what I have in ignore. Do I for host and I'll see you next time. Hopefully you maybe ignore my WL. A Warlock? I don't think I have a Warlock and ignore. Do I? I don't think I do. It could be because like Monolith. Yeah, I see ya. It was at the very, very back of my, like if you look at my chat, I don't know if you can see it, there's just a ton right here, and sometimes it just doesn't blink, right? Because I have all these tabs and all this chat stuff. I just literally can't see it. So I don't have them to ignore. But yeah. Sorry about that. I just might have missed it. I have like 10 plus skills and wearable skills. Oh, that's fun. PoE2 looks amazing. Hey, if I'm like super into Diablo, maybe I should give PoE2 a try. But I've been really having fun with it, and I definitely should finish out my leveling in there. I've also been playing my warrior recently. I also changed the race of a couple more characters. I no longer have a Valpera monk, and actually it makes me want to play monk more. I no longer have a troll warlock, and actually it makes me want to play warlock more. I've also been playing my warrior, swapped them out as well, and I've actually been having a lot more fun on my ults. And I'm like, oh, you can make some cool mogs. Oh, now I want to run this raid to get this mog or whatever, because nothing really looks that good on Valpera on a mog. Honestly, I just had a Valpera just for, what is it, the just a level 1, and to have the I think it was for, no, did I don't remember. So one of the Valperas I made to get the heritage set, I don't know if my monk was the Valpera. That or that one was like a free character switch that people got at some point, or something along those lines. I have no idea. Okay. Yeah, I saw the warlock whisper. Should be all good. Just had a ton to deal with. All good. I think rogues should go last. The playstyle, throw them on a fault, is a bit stupid with all the running and hiding. They drag everything into deep dampening and isn't fair for everyone else. That's kind of how I see it too, as Skywalker. That, or if Blizzard can like bounce rogues, where in a 1v1 they're not like super cheesy, where they can just sit in stealth forever and live. Like, it'll just, because I don't want to put the rogues in the back of the queue all the time. But I think definitely what we can do is like, all right, off the bat in the arena, do your rolls, whoever goes first. If we just had a lot of rogues going first over and over, we'd be like, all right, all rogues go last. It'll be fair. Rogues have had their fun. They walked in, dampened their games a couple of times, and we're like, all right, let's place the rogues in the back as a cleanup duty. Because again, Grifka did really well in dampening. It did really well in high dampening. You can't extend the games further once they're in that high dampening at the very end. Plus, it's an opportunity for like some class to go like 1v4 or whatever, dies, and then the rogue makes a big comeback, just ripping through the whole entire team. You know what I mean? It'd be kind of cool. It definitely is like, it's definitely something we have to adjust, because I prioritize like view factor and like the entertainment factor. And watching a rogue, like, because some rogues are gonna play like super slow, nothing we can control about it. It's not all are gonna be errorless, so like spend 2 seconds in stealth, get back in there because they just don't care. They just want to have some fun. They just want to give themselves a challenge there in the moment. They don't really care about winning. They just want to see if they can make a play out of left field. What about a one and done? If you want to go back to the group and then person goes and last. Oh, that would be interesting. I'm not against it, but whenever you complicate the rules of, like, I like to keep my 5v5 1v1 duels super simple. When you add like complicated like rule sets or whatever, or like how you should run things and stuff, right? It makes things messy, and for new players, it's confusing. So we keep it simple. Like usually we have rules of like, okay, certain PvP talents like Shadow Priest have enough survivability by themselves in a 1v1 scenario, like 1v1 against a classic and live them. They don't need health swap because that's a little much. In arenas, that's a different story, but in 1v1 it's a little strong, right? So we're like, okay, don't use that. Everything else is fine. Like rogues, when rogues were really bad, we allowed them to use Shadowy Duel as like a second or third vanish or whatever it was, right? Second vanish, I guess. When the rogues were really bad, they couldn't live whatsoever. They only had like a little bit of hit and run, but not that much damage. I think back in like BFA or parts of BFA, parts of Shadowlands, I don't remember. They were like, okay, certain things are allowed. Now it's like, okay, rogues are fine, healthy enough. If you use Shadowy Duel, use against the guy you're fighting, not against another guy to escape or nothing. No. You know, little things like that. So I feel like having rogues go last after like we get tired of seeing rogues going first, having them go last, I think it's a fair way without completely banning the class out of the game entirely. You know, everybody gets to have the fun, and then rogues still come back and dominate. But I feel, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I just like keeping the rules simple, especially for new players. Like, oh, I go last? Okay, that's pretty easy. Then like, I'll go first, but then I go to the back of the line. Well, you know, just keep it simple. Wait, what is that? What do you think about having 5v5 with some legendary places, not an arena? I would love it. I would love it, but I can't get same angles in those places. I would love it though. I would love it. I just can't do the same camera flyby thing, but it would work. It would be cool if you could do that. Like if there was a toy where I could like basically have a spectator style toy, I think that'd be neat. That, and I really do think that maybe they could expand arenas to like different areas. You know what I mean? I think that'd be really cool to see. Message before, obviously getting personal against out of their way, but try to dedicate some time to going after all altars. From what I read, you can make a skip renown in season 1. Altars are like the ones with Lilith, right? It's like the statues of Lilith. So I just gotta go and get all altars out of the way. 5v1s on the Stones of Prophecy would honestly be the most ideal place. Stones of Prophecy being the garage from Strom Magarak. Yeah, that'd be cool. We need to get some rocks in there as like a line of sight, but that would be dope, honestly. If that could be an arena in a grand, that'd be sick. You know? Green open lands, or even have like maybe Garrosh's axe where he fell, and like a couple of stones to create some line of sight. That could be an arena right then and there. That'd be cool as hell. Yeah. Boys, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna get some of my video work done. I'm gonna go play some Diablo. I got pizza tonight too. No microwave, no working microwave, so I'm a little sad. Gonna enjoy some cold pizza while I finish off the coffee and maybe grab myself a soda. I don't really know, man. It's been a weird couple of weeks. Patch 10.15 out very soon. Super excited for it. More duels tomorrow over for the region of NA. So if you guys want to join us, if you play on NA, more than welcome to. All the statues that carry over into the season, and the renown they give applies to your seasonal renown. Okay, so what I think maybe I'll do is if I can get through the story chapters of Diablo and then hit level 60, I think it was 50 for Nightmare Dungeons, and then finish unlocking all the other stuff. Yeah, I think I definitely would like to do that. I think that'd be kind of fun. But yo, thank you boys. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you guys in another stream. Alrighty, you guys take it easy. Peace.